All right. So the point of this whole meme, right, was to give us like some interaction with you because like you never come in the Discord anymore except for like yesterday apparently.
Good.
So this is going to be an AMA with the Discord memers. If you're subbed and your shit is connected on Discord, then you can PM a question to me or Bongers, and we'll go down the list. We got a list of questions that people have already posed, and if you're in the Gen sub little channel or whatever, we'll bring you in when the time is right. Okay?
Make sure they are following me on Instagram as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be sure to
Vet
make
their
sure they're
Instagram
following on
accounts.
Instagram, okay?
Okay.
Hey, dude, I'm like, this is a great fucking revenue stream because all these people are gonna sub so they can meme on you.
Good.
Okay?
Oh, I'm
And
over
it's
4,000 followers, Stanley. I need
we're
5,000
not
now. Okay, sorry, good.
sweet, dude. How do you even monetize? So let's start this AMA with why Instagram. Why? How can you even monetize that?
Because as soon as I get the rest of my outfit put together, I'm gonna be taking selfies all the time. I'm gonna be so cute. People are gonna be like, "Oh shit! If we could pay that guy to wear clothes, we can send him traveling around the world, fucking hot chicks and everything."
You
And
think
yes,
yeah,
that's realistic. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen,
Got you, man.
Stanley. Okay.
All right, dude. So you wanna get some like meme questions out of the way? Do you want to talk about the Twitch?
If you ask me
memes or
anything
like
about
that?
gnomes,
Go
I'm
on.
instantly leaving.
We're not gonna meme in here.
Okay.
I'm preventing memery. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna pull. You want to talk about any other memes? Or you want to just pull somebody in and start?
Just
start the
fucking
memes?
do it, dude. Just do it up. Let me get a new Path of Exile
Yo,
character
Austin, you in
loaded.
here?
Hold on.
You want to ask your question, dude? You are live, my duder.
I wanted someone else to ask it, but
Okay, I'm sending you.
No,
back
you can
down,
do it.
dude.
Wait, make him
You're
do it.
banned.
Make him do it.
okay.
Austin,
Okay.
Ask your
Cool.
question, kid.
he's shy, dude.
I'm not shy. I'm just in the middle of a very hard Dota match.
Okay,
Okay.
have someone else ask it then. Don't fuck him up.
All right, the first question is from Austin. The question reads, do you truly think you are yourself as a zygote? Your brain is not formed and you yourself, parentheses personality, comes from the neural pathways which are formed over time in the brain. This sounds like a abortion question.
I mean, no, you're probably not truly yourself. I don't know if you're ever truly yourself because I mean, like, because you're constantly changing. Are you truly yourself when you're 6 months old? I mean,
Okay,
okay.
that was a bit of a dud.
I'm sorry.
All right, the next question is from Xenophone.
Good.
If there was an alternative to meat, which was lab grown, tastes more or less the same and had the same nutritional value as organic meat, would Destiny change its stance on killing animals? Parentheses, social contract, and or go vegan? With
Just
this
going
as a
vegan.
meat
I mean, if
source.
that meat was equal to or cheaper than current meat, sure,
Yeah, I'm
I would
guessing
do it.
so.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
it
yeah,
tasted
if it
the
was
same and it was all good.
yeah,
memes.
probably. The environmental impact would probably be way better. Or
Are you
not as
familiar
bad, I
with the
guess.
argument that like that even the lab grown meat isn't like isn't kosher because they had to get it from an animal and that breaks the social contract with the animal at some point?
Nope, it sounds really dumb though.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. All right, so you would switch to lab grown meat. Good for you, dude. The vegan people are gonna love you.
Thanks.
All right, the next question is from esports. Why haven't you gone back to college and finished a degree? Clearly, you make enough money, and with your credits, you could do one class a semester and graduate and be graduated by now. Are you thinking about going back to college, my duder? Finishing your music?
That's a lot of. No, I would go back. I'd probably get a philosophy degree if I went back. But I don't know. I just don't have the fucking time, dude. Damn.
Interesting. Because the next question is, if you went back to college with a fresh slate, what would you major in and why?
I would get a philosophy degree because I think philosophy is fucking awesome, and I think all the shit the little bit of shit that I've learned from philosophy has probably helped me more than anything else.
Yeah. On that note, like, are you? Because people seem to ask a lot, like, is Destiny reading? Like, please tell Destiny to read like this.
Yep, I read
guy, don't know,
Wikipedia
read
pages
Marx or
every
whatever.
fucking day, dude.
But I think like literature-wise, you're not reading.
I ain't got time for that bullshit.
Plato's The Republic or anything like that, right?
Maybe someday though.
All right, this is kind of a meme, so I might shut it down
Oh
right
shit.
here.
Okay.
Can he ask Cutie Pie to teach him ADC and League so he can learn what he's doing
nice
wrong?
meme, dude. That's a good one.
I don't know League memes. I'm sorry. All right, Frublet. Has Destiny's gun stance changed? Is he anti-gun or pro-gun now?
I don't fucking know. I like guns, and I like my right to own guns, but people are pretty fucking stupid. And every single day, I think people deserve less and less freedom because the more freedom they have, the more dumb fucking decisions they'll make. So,
Are you? I don't know. I want to talk about guns way, way, way back, but I think the time has passed.
what? You can
Seems
try
like-
to do it now. It's the appropriate
seems
time
like
to
the-
do it.
Okay. It seems like the problem with the whole gun meme is that everyone wants to do like a philosophy argument about whether or not banning guns is good or bad, and like
Mhm.
they sidestep the entire legal battle in the United States, in which
Well,
like,
I mean, it's,
nothing is.
they're two different arguments. You can talk about the philosophy argument, and then you can talk about the legal argument, right? Two totally
Yeah,
different
but
things.
I get frustrated that people are frustrated. They're just like, why don't we have change in gun legislation in the United States? Like, there's all these philosophical arguments for it, and they have no inkling of like the actual federal laws, state laws, the court precedent, and all that. And that's what you have to fight, right? To actually.
Well, yeah, if you
change
want to
anything.
actually change it, it'd be really fucking hard because of how much
You-
is baked into the Second Amendment, right? Like that's
You gotta repeal the Second Amendment, my dude.
possibly, yeah, or keep
And
trying
I
to
own guns, but-
legislate around it.
What you gotta do. Yep. All right. Ben's question, follow up. All right. The next question is from Danny Boy.
Wow,
How would you
Thanks for the
explain-
2 3 sub, everybody. Okay, sorry, from Danny Boy, go for it.
Danny Boy, how would you explain why you are a non-believer of religion?
Because there's no evidence of any higher power, so I don't believe any of that shit.
So just a blanket statement of non.
Yeah, I don't see
because
any
of a lack of
evidence in the
evidence?
universe for any kind of spooky mystical bullshit, so I'm not a believer in any type of higher power. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Fuck, I think I'm supposed to be pulling people in for this shit, but whatever. We're just gonna fucking do it live. Alright, Attila the Weeb, would you ever do a talk show? And I've got a follow-up question to that.
If I found someone else to manage every aspect of it for me and I only had to show up, then sure.
Oh man, it almost sounds like that's a great job for me. You know that setting this up was like herding cats, dude. It was great.
Herding
because the
cats?
Harkton herding cats. Are you not familiar with that?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's very hard to herd cats. They don't like to follow instruction.
Oh, herd cats.
Yeah, herding
Oh,
cats.
I thought you
Like
said
getting-
hurt
dude,
cats. I was getting really confused. Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna get banned for saying this, but like memeing on cake and stuff. Oh my god, dude! Like you have intentionally set up this Discord to put like barriers in front of your like person.
I haven't. I can't help it that my mod team gets like super fucking ass pain over everything. You gotta take the good with the bad, okay?
And then like Mr. Mooten wouldn't even do a Reddit post and shit. Like he didn't want to do anything.
Oh.
Oh, it's simple. Yeah, because the stuff with Harkton and with Devin seems really really fun. I mean, if anybody could, or if I could organize it, I don't know. Do you have a manager?
No.
It seems like bringing like just kind of people like that, interesting people together would be a really neat thing to do, like on a Sunday afternoon. Like now.
Yeah, maybe. It's just the thing is that like my view for how that would all work is always way different than other people's. Like I like talking to Harkton and Devin, but I don't think I would want to do that like every single week.
You think you'd run out of stuff to talk about?
No, it's just not the most interesting stuff I'd like to talk about. Like I'd like it to be more on like more serious
okay.
issues. Yeah.
So on that note, so the final verdict, I guess, that doing politics on YouTube and other stuff on Twitch, that's not going to work, right?
I think I can. I got a more serious email from my Twitch guy. I need to talk to him because you fuckers clip everything and then it ends up on subreddits, and I think he got a little bit worried. It sounded like he was more okay with it. I think his response back to me yesterday was a little quick, and I think he took a little bit more time, and he emailed me a better response today. Basically, as long as I'm not like targeting Twitch partners or using Twitch and then going off platform and harassing people, I'm probably okay to get and have more serious political discussions.
Okay. So, and like I think the big meme with like a Twitch ban is that you can no longer interact with anybody that wants to be on that platform. Like
Yeah,
if that were
would
to
be
pass, I don't know
really
if it's-
bad. Yeah.
That'd be real bad.
Yeah, real bad.
All right. So the next question is from the Bread Pill. This is going to be a commie.
Yeah. I'm
Two
familiar with
questions.
that. Uh-oh.
How can you have strong opinions against forms of socialism when you don't engage with any socialist or socialist thought?
I don't have strong opinions about it. I have no opinions about it. That's literally my whole thing. I don't.
Are you
care.
are you because they're mad about that.
I know.
So
I
if
got like a
mail
community
you,
of literal lefties in my fucking Discord that is super fucking ass pained that I don't like constantly debate the fucking literature or whatever on.
they've totally hijacked your subreddit too, dude.
Yeah, it feels good, man. I love commies. Oof.
So follow-up
What
question.
to call someone
If
who
the
sucks dick
bread
but
pill,
ironically
if
drinks
they mail you
cummies
their
as a
personal
troll
copy of the
smirks
bread
Wait,
book,
hold on.
will
I
you
got
please
a
read it?
afterwards
super funny
and says,
donation.
"No homo, bro." The pilot.
Alright, dude.
Wait, shit.
Meme
Let
on,
me
mate.
start over. What do you call a gay pilot? See Destiny's last Twitch stream.
Okay, hilarious, meme. All right, sorry. Go again. Or restart that
So,
question.
if the bread pill mails you their personal copy of the bread book, will you please read it?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, boys. You heard him. Alright, the next question is from Zinnian. I'd like to ask him about which of the 3 qualities a successful streamer needs to have. Do you think there's 3 things off the top of your head?
I get this question like a million fucking times, and it's like people looking for like, what is the secret ingredient? The most important thing is to have something that makes you stand out from everybody else. That's the most important thing. The second most important thing is probably to stream like a lot and on a schedule. Like people need to be able to incorporate you into their daily schedule at some point. And then the third thing is probably to make sure you have like all of your bare minimum bases covered. You can't be streaming at 720p, 10 FPS. You can't be like, you have to have a decent microphone. You can't be using a headset mic or some shit. Like, yeah.
I pulled Zinnian in here because he's got a follow-up as well. Zinnian,
Okay. If that Maximilian guy wants to talk when I'm done with this, we can. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but sure.
I've got nothing to do with that, my memer.
Yep, no, I'm sorry. I was talking to chat, yeah.
Yeah, so man, I was just kind of curious. I got kind of 2 questions for you. I guess you can pick one of the 2. My first, oh boy, my first one was like you've spoken before about not suggesting people start streaming for a job, but if one were to, if they were to start doing so, do you think that it's actual gameplay, like social conversation, or like a gimmick that's like most important for the success of their stream?
I mean, it can be any of those. If you're like the literal best game, or like the literal best player in like a game, I mean, you can get viewers that way. If you're like literally the best, like, or like a super duper funny dude, I mean, you can get viewers that way. It's just like it's just answering that question of like, why should I watch you over somebody else? That's like, if you have a good answer to that, then you're good to go. That's like the most important thing, I guess.
Alright.
And then was there a second question?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you thought that your Twitch ban, or if your platforms that were under attack might have had something to do with sort of taking a antagonistic stance to like the right-wing memes on the internet recently.
You mean did taking an antagonistic stance towards right-wing memes lead people to report my shit or whatever?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you think that's still going on.
Oh, it's possible. I don't know. It's really hard for me to quantify that. I mean, I would say probably, but like, it's hard for me to actually know for sure, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. And that's all my questions. They're pretty shitty, but thanks, dude.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
All right, the next question is from Loopy DK. Let me see if he's in Gen Subs. No, he's not. All right, Loopy DK, what's your view on death aid, and how do you tackle the issues with people at death's door dealing with these choices? Death aid?
What is death aid?
I wish this person had messaged me because I would have asked that. This is a bongers one.
I'm
guessing he's talking about like end-of-life care.
Death aid. Death aid. Why aid is not working and how there is a better way for Africa. Oh, dead aid. Fuck. Oh, assisted suicide? Is that do some people say death aid in some places?
I've never heard that in my life.
Okay. I mean, assisted suicide should be a right. I mean, fuck, like.
Seems like people in chat are saying assisted suicide or euthanasia.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's your life. You should have a right to end it if you want. Plus, pragmatically speaking, the general older population tends to be Republican, so the more of them that go for it, probably the better. So, yeah, I'm for it on the philosophical and the pragmatic side. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm organizing questions.
Sure thing.
All right. Jindor asks, can you ask him about D&D campaign and if he would be allowed to play that during his ban?
Probably not. I'm not gonna fucking push the boundaries. Like, I can't show any gaming stuff on. I'm not gonna try to find things like, oh, well, technically it's just D&D. It's not a game. I'm not gonna try to push anything.
You think like a chess would qualify? Would they ban you for playing the oldest game in the world?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Would like showing
Or
chess?
Go or I don't know. The Game of Kings.
Oh, hey, dude.
But you'd have to play with Mr. Mooten, so that'd be a really short ass stream.
Hey, man.
Oh.
I don't want no trouble, man.
All right, Gordo. If StarCraft 2 were to come back into the spotlight, would we see you play again?
Yeah. I mean, if it were actually like to be like a resurgence, yeah, I would probably play again. Yeah, for sure.
Feels.
Yeah. I
Do
thought
you-
about
do you
just going
follow-
back and like casually playing ladder, but fuck, it's so hard to get motivated for a game that it seems like the community is so small for it. I don't know why. It shouldn't be, but
Well, but if the community's small for League and people still watch you playing that, even though like they don't like it, they
I don't
seem
think
to
the
really
community
like
is
StarCraft
small
2.
for like the League isn't a live game, man. If you go to like a college and they've got like I went to the UWash. Is it UWash or I don't know what they call it, what the abbreviation is. I don't think it's UWash, but the University of Washington, they've got like a league club, right? A league club. If you go to their league club, there's like fucking 500 people there, dude. It's insane.
UWash sounds like a washateria, my dude.
Yeah, maybe. Is it UW? Oh, maybe UW. But yeah, that shit is crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll incorporate more StarCraft ladder. It's also really hard for me. I don't like to play anything in moderation too, which is something that a lot of my fans have a huge or have a lot of trouble understanding. Like, I don't like to pick up a game, like a competitive game, and play it for like 30 minutes a day. That's not fun for me. I can't do that. That is absolutely not what I enjoy doing.
I'm not a casual gamer, my dude.
Yeah, no, it's real. I can do like single player games and shit, but if I get into something, I'm going hard. And, like, I can't.
Oh, would you consider like a Dark Souls playthrough? Dark Souls is pretty memey. Maybe you already did. I don't know.
Yeah, I've already played through most of that. I think I've done
rip.
2, 3. I played. Did I beat 2 on stream? I think I did 2, 3 in Bloodborne.
Alrighty. The next question is from S Park. Let me see if he's on the memes. No, he's not. All right. S Park asks, question for Destiny. How do you think living in Nebraska affects your political views compared to if you lived
How do you think living in Nebraska affects your political views compared to if
your
you
political views? I'm
compared
guessing
to
he's
if you
asking,
live in
like,
what? The last
would
part
you
got
have
cut off.
different political views if you lived in like a big mainstream city?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Which
Well,
Omaha's
yeah.
pretty big, right?
Yeah, I guess comparatively speaking, sure. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It would obviously impact me. It's impossible for me to say how it would impact me. Maybe I would have grown up liberal and become conservative. Maybe I would grow up as a fucking idiot, or maybe I'd grow up way smarter. It's impossible for me to say. I have no idea. I can't predict what my life would be like if I grew up in a totally different place. I have no idea. I can't even speculate.
Can't even speculate. All right. I'm going to pull Frublet and he's going to ask a follow-up.
Oh boy.
Hey, Frublet, you're live, dude. You ready? You got a question about
hey.
PAX?
Yeah.
Question about PAX?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta mute you on stream. I saw you, I met you 2 years ago at PAX, and I got your signature. I'm just wondering, are you going to PAX this year?
PAX where?
PAX Prime, or
Is that in
West,
Seattle or whatever?
Yeah, in Seattle.
What's the date?
I think it's September 1st to like August 31st to September 3rd.
August. Maybe. I don't have
Maybe.
any plans to do it right now, but that might change in the future.
Are you guys going to Japan around that time?
I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe. Maybe.
Okay. Can I give a shout out to chat? Is that okay?
Oh, God.
Fuck off. No, fuck off. Get him out of here. Everyone's
No,
gonna fucking
no,
shout out chat.
No. I love you, GG chat.
Oh, dude. How mad are the Twitch people that, like, Twitch chat doesn't even exist right now?
Damn.
Oh, Ripperino, boys. All right, so... 00. What does Destiny think of this California Supreme Court ruling? Unanimously that just because a law is impossible to comply with doesn't give you a basis for challenging / overturning it. That's like a legal meme.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to be more familiar with the ruling and what it concerns itself with.
00, if you want to meme about that, jump into Gen Subs if you're subscribed. We will do that later. All right, Danny boy, you gotta unmute yourself, my duder. You're
What's up?
live.
Hello?
Oh,
You had a question about tournaments?
Yeah, so I remember I used to watch you, Destiny, around 2011/12 in Starcraft 2. And I was kind of wondering, when you're playing somewhat semi-competitive / competitive, did you ever like actually have like ambitions and like practice to actually win a major or semi-major tournament around like 2010-11?
when I was living with cats for a while, yeah, I wanted to, but I think after that, I think it just became more feasible to focus on streaming. It seemed like more reliable income.
Okay. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Yeah, I just miss you playing Starcraft still.
Oh, well, I love you,
So
buddy.
does everybody, my dude.
Yeah, feels bad, man.
All right, the next question is from So Confused. You've said in the past that you would not trust the opinion of an obese or smoker doctor. Can you explain why you view their opinion inferior over any other similarly educated and licensed doctor?
I don't know, dude. It would just make me do a double take. There were a couple people that got really ass blasted when I said that, but yeah, I don't know. It just seems like if your business is like doing health shit and then you live like in a super unhealthy way, it would just kind of make me think. I mean, but I guess like these days I would just go with the research. You wouldn't necessarily need the doctor's advice, or just figure out what the research says and then do that.
Ask if I can get unbanned. Okay, do not fucking mess with me with this shit, all right? You gotta hit up Cake. All right, Ledead G. Given your pro-life stance, if a woman is impregnate via rape, you guys need to learn to spell, is impregnated via rape, should they morally carry that baby to term?
Yeah, I mean, I would argue morally, yes. I've already been over this like a million times. I
I
find it
know.
really hard to imagine that this guy hasn't heard the same thing before, but
All right, Ziados says questions for D. What is your opinion on paid surrogacy? That's an interesting one.
I mean, if all parties are consenting, go for it, right?
All right, Marcos Uno asks, are you deciding or have you already decided to move away from Twitch and onto YouTube primarily because of creative constraints? Sounds like that's a no, but
Probably not. The free money from the Amazon Prime shit is too good.
I assume that makes up a substantial part of your income, right?
Yep.
Ooh, rip in pieces, dude. All right, tell this R-word Destiny. What are the incentives to sub in DGG? If there is none, is he going to do anything to actually try and sell DGG subs?
The incentive
God.
is that you get to support me as a lovely streamer, and I'm not going to do fuck all for you, and that's the incentive.
The incentive is that you love Destiny, and maybe it'll keep you from getting banned in the Discord like once.
Oh
It
yeah,
actually
and
does
you get
work,
ban
boys.
armor, so when you inevitably say some dumb shit that triggers me, maybe I don't perma ban you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it works for me, dude. I haven't gotten banned in the Discord yet. So Merrick asks, as a chicken connoisseur, do you prefer chicken nuggets or chicken tenders?
That really
Amazing,
depends on
man.
where they come from. I don't know, man. Like chicken tenders from Raising Cane's, that's some shit, dude. But chicken nuggets from McDonald's, that's some shit too. You know, I don't. What's better? I don't know. It's hard to say.
When you guys got blasted with Devin, like, did you guys go out for like Mickey D's or something, like real late?
No, when I get blasted, I go big and I can't move, so I didn't go anywhere.
Did somebody like prepare food and bring it to you? Or you just like zonked out for
No,
hours?
just zonked out.
All right, dude. So this is gonna be a bit of a Twitch question. Why don't you have a manager? I think everyone should focus on what they're good at. You can just focus on streaming, while the manager can focus on your subs, meetings, blah blah blah. Seems like a positive move.
I mean, I try to offload things that I think other people can do better. So like I've got a talent agency now for procuring sponsorships and stuff I do. I've got my YouTube editor guy to do YouTube related stuff. If I've got other people to do, I've got Mr. Booten doing my merchandise now, although I'm kind of working on the sponsor side of that. The next big thing I guess would be like finding a dude to organize like podcast stuff if I do that. But I don't know how much I'm not sure about that yet.
Okay. When you I assume when you go to like LA or something, right? You're meeting with people and doing business type shit as well as memeing around with
Yeah, for
Lily's
sure.
dog.
Yeah. Every LA trip has been incredibly fruitful for business related stuff so far.
Have you noticed that does it seem like all of the people that are involved with streaming and esports and stuff are in LA or San
For
Francisco?
the people
I guess?
that I know, yeah, for sure. LA is like the place to be for streaming related stuff. Well, yeah, just in general, LA is the place to be for sure.
Would you ever consider moving down there? I mean, I guess Nathan and stuff.
Yeah,
makes
it's
it
a Nathan thing,
complicated,
kind of
but
keeps me here. But if he gets a little bit older and I feel comfortable like communicating with him long distance, then yeah, maybe yeah.
just bring him, dude.
I can't do that. I would have to
Pack
bring
your
him.
shit
I'd
up
have
in
to
the
bring
car.
Rachel. I'd have to bring Rachel's family. Like I can't, it's too much. I can't do that.
All right. All right. The next question is from Mundriana. I'm kind of back and forth between like our list and stuff, so these are going to be out of order, boys. So if you think we missed your question, just PM me again.
Good.
Would you
Fuck 'em.
consider trying shrooms again? What's that?
I
Destiny,
said good.
stop.
Fuck him. I don't know. I think I got the big experience that I wanted. I don't see the point in doing it again. I don't really care about the smaller experiences. I just wanted the big mind blowing one.
Oh, it was at the actual recommended dose. So I'm guessing that's a no.
Yeah, no, I'm just not interested in like people get really mad when I say this, but I don't really care as much about like the artsy stuff, like the colors and the sounds and all that. I just wanted the big like introspective.
You just wanted to
mind
brain fuck
blowing
yourself?
experience. Yeah, that thing, yeah.
Have you noticed any like residual after effects of that are so
Nope.
fucking with you?
When
Or
I
you
got
pretty
home
good?
for a few days, I kept having trouble where I would wake up and I'd keep wondering if I was actually in reality again. But that only lasted for like 2 or 3 days, and then I'm pretty much
Yeah,
everything
you
is
force
fine.
yourself into a drug-induced traumatic experience, dude.
Yeah, but we got over it.
You
So
scarred yourself.
here we are.
All right. All right, this is going to be a long one. So in Children of the Corn, they sacrifice every adult to the corn, right? And naturally, someone wouldn't want to die. But do you believe that when the main characters saw the corn god, a very obvious paranormal power, that they should have then worshipped the corn god and willingly sacrifice themselves as it's the most logical thing to do? So this sounds like a question about authoritarianism and power structures.
Maybe. You still have to go into that. Our default assumption in the West is monotheistic gods, so like one god that rules everything, which is, I think, so like Christianity, Judaism, all Christian religions are monotheistic, and then Judaism and all that shit. I just said that. However, like in the Children of the Corn, I don't know if you're guaranteed to know that the corn god is like the one true only god. So I don't know if you would necessarily be like obligated morally or even intellectually to sacrifice yourself to the corn god, because it's possible that he's one of many gods and he's like an evil god or something, so you could choose to reject him, you know, if that's like a polytheistic world. So
Hey, can we do like this? Reminded me. Can we do a quick vegan meme?
oh god, yeah.
So it's anti-vegan. So in the ask
Oh,
yourself
boy.
debate,
Yeah.
like with you're familiar with like all the ends of his argumentation, right? Like
Probably, yeah.
the intelligent aliens that like to eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you would ever like change your opinion based on those aliens. There's literally no reason to, if you look at it from like a game theory perspective. Like the
Oh
different
yeah,
outcomes.
maybe I've rethought those. I actually did another vegan argument yesterday, or sometimes I pop into a Discord to fuck with them. I feel a lot more comfortable about my positions there now. So
Yeah, they're fun people when they're not just banning you.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, ask yourself is like a horrendous person on his own Discord. I just want to get that out there.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Okay. You got it, my dude.
Oh, dude, you have no idea, or maybe you do if you spend time there. Oh, shit, man,
I've
it's
been
some
banned
funny.
and unbanned on there. So
it's some funny.
You mind
shit.
if I meme real quick? Like
I don't want to like blow him up or anything. That seems like really rude, but
okay.
yeah. Actually,
All right.
hold on one sec. I'll mute my stream for a second.
Yeah, yikes, dude. Yikes.
Uh,
Oh, dude, yikes. If anybody is reading in the chat, this is nothing that like hasn't been said a million times in the Discord. So if you want
Alright.
to talk about it, call in the Discord sometimes.
Yeah, guys.
It's
And
really
back
fun
with
on
the
the
Discord.
Discord,
Discord.gg/destiny. Join up, dudes.
Yeah. Hey, Zero Zero. So you had the California Supreme Court ruling meme. If you and you can talk about it if you want. Do not fucking meme. All right, we'll fucking get rid of it
Damn.
forever. Or just follow up in text. It doesn't matter which one. All right, let's get some on voice chats because I'm just jerking off in here with you. Turtle Fool. All right, Turtle Fool, you are alive, my dude. Do not meme. Unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, dude.
Hello?
So, yeah, I mean, you've already discussed you want to get more into philosophy memes, and you've already said your community is going more to the left. I just wasn't sure if there was maybe a chance for more chats or collaborations with other lefty YouTubers, maybe like ContraPoints, just who you've already spoken with. H-Bomber Guy and Sean are both releasing videos today, so anything like that.
Yeah, you should meme with ContraPoints. We all love her.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, anytime Contra wants to
All
chat,
the
I would
lefties
always.
love it.
I love talking to ContraPoints. Anytime she ever wants to talk, I'd definitely do it.
You got the
Oh,
time,
dude.
and I think your community would love it. She's pretty cool.
If I can organize this, maybe I can hit him up on Twitter and actually organize some fun stuff for like the memers. I don't know.
H
Primer
Primer Guy and I like
unpaid
chat
manager
on
guy.
Skype occasionally. We just don't like have anything to talk about. Like people are real big on like, oh, like chat with these guys. Like, I mean, we could just come on and like jerk each other off for a minute, but we don't have like anything to actually talk about, you know?
It seems funny that outside of like the serious conversations, like unless you're being like memed on, like to the point where you like debate someone, you're actually pretty chill. And like the same thing could be said of all the like philosophy YouTubers, right? When you just get them in like a calm environment, like they don't go off. Like there's nothing to talk about. They're just like, oh, well, okay.
Sure.
But you put them on their like soapbox and they explode.
Well,
they're big time memers.
How do I find more sane conservative followers? Is that possible? Is that possible?
They don't exist.
Are they not out there?
Dude, I want to say that I'm fairly conservative, but the way shit's going, I'm never going to vote for the Republicans ever again, right? Like, it's not even worth it for my own tax memes anymore. Like, I actually got a tax break this past year, but like,
oh yeah,
you know,
oh
you
yeah, I
can't be
did
a
too.
Trumple,
Feels
so.
good, yeah. And
Feels good, man, dude. Feels super good. Except that comes at the expense of like everybody else.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that like I feel like I probably make off better than 99% of like Trump supporters in terms of the tax breaks. Most of them are the ones getting fucked. But hey, man, you gonna give me some money? Sure.
Yeah, it's all culture war memes, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I wonder what the demographics are in Nebraska. Although since you don't work, maybe you have less to do with those people, except for your like parents and stuff.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of the rural people are all like pro-Trump, and those guys are poor as fuck. So I'm definitely.
It's entirely like culture war stuff.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with like any particular policy. They don't even know like what Trump's stance is on.
Yeah. That's 100% true. I mean, like, because 90% of the shit that Trump promised, if you're a reasonable human being, you realize is fucking stupid, right? Trump is never bringing back manufacturing. like all these things are just like delusional fantasies. It's so funny to me that somehow like Republicans talk about how like Democrats are like out of touch with the everyman, and then they elect a literal fucking billionaire that's such a fucking loser he had to import a wife from overseas to fuck him, and how many times has he been divorced? I don't know. It's just really funny that like Trump is who the Republicans choose as their like everyman who represents the people. Like, oh shit, dude. I don't know.
I like how they can always counter with like such like just nonsense, right? Like, well, you know his name, right? We're talking about him. That must mean he's successful.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Well,
that's yeah. You can just shoot yourself in as president like that. All right. Next question. Iago Mago. 2 sets of questions. Are you watching the World Cup? If yes, is there a team you're rooting for? What do you think about nationalism in sports?
Football is so incredibly fucking boring to me. I could not bring myself to watch it for more than 10 minutes of people running up and down a field and never scoring. I can't do it. But I mean, a lot of people like watching it. I mean, it's the most popular sport in the world. It's easily super accessible. So I mean, yeah, if people want to cheer for this shit, that's fine, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think one of the things too is like it's so minimally structured that that just like random stuff can happen, right? Soccer is one of those sports where, you know, not too good of a team can knock out another team if they're having a bad day, and like that makes for really good.
Generally, football is pretty top heavy, right? Like you expect to see the best teams winning over and over again, don't you?
in a league structure, right? But if you've been watching this World Cup, there have been so many upsets. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but
Oh,
but
shut
there's a
up,
reason.
Chad.
But there's a reason why they're called upsets. Like they're a huge deal because it was like so unexpected.
Yeah, Germany finished last in their group, and they were like easily like gonna be. They might have been like rank 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second question is, what are your views on accelerationism?
I don't know. I think it's really dumb. Somebody got mad that I got the definition wrong apparently yesterday. My impression of accelerationism is that you like accelerate conditions so that basically something big has to happen. So like you might say that like, you know, like I like Democrats, but maybe I'm going to vote for Trump because the quicker everything goes to shit, the quicker like people will take arms or like some crazy shit will happen or something. Like, isn't that what accelerationism is, or am I totally off there?
I assume they're talking about it in the context of like socialism.
Oh, for socialism? Oh, I don't fucking know. Fuck socialism. I don't know.
Ooh, yikes, dude. You don't want to get that clipped, okay?
Oh, shit. I don't think we're ever moving into a socialist direction in the United States.
Oh, I mean, that chick got elected in New York, right? That could be.
I mean,
I
mean, that's like one... That's for federal senator at least, right? That's not a state senator position, is it?
You mean, is it federal or state?
Yeah, like it was a federal election.
No,
like,
she was federal,
yeah,
dog.
okay, yeah, just
What?
making sure. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's like one person. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Like, socialists everywhere start getting elected. Also, I don't even think she's a full-on... I need to do more reading on her so that
she's a democratic socialist.
Yeah, she's not like a full-on, like, we need to, like, get rid of, like, the free market economy and we need to move to a socialist
She's not a real socialist. Fuck that. Yeah, I mean, I think if that platform gets more wide views and people are actually like, wow, actually, this is some stuff that I would like, right? That's a stepping point.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm probably a fan of like mixed markets, like a little bit of socialism in some ways, like might be good for the economy. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like opposed to it or whatever, but.
All right. Jigan asks, why does Destiny hate K-pop?
I'm just not a big fan of the type of white people that are so obsessed with Asian culture, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Oh, hey, Bongers threw this up. Since there's like 5K people watching now, if you PM Bongers or me, we'll throw up your question. Basically, tell Bongers, because I'm like inundated with questions. And Bongers will tell me if you want to ask in voice. And if you're a sub, you can ask in voice. If you're not a sub, get the fuck out.
Damn. But yeah, I feel like there's a very particular type of white person that's like really obsessed with Asian culture, and it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of those types of people. Like, they're usually looking for like the super cutesy, super submissive, kind of dumb, super innocent, pure virgin waifu Asian girl or whatever. And I'm not really a big fan of that type of person. Both sides. I don't like those types of Asian women, and I don't like those types of guys.
Is it the infantilization a little bit too? Like how they're just like,
well, yeah, I mean, that kind of goes in.
I'm a 15-year-old XD.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, dude, bully K-pop people. Bully weebs, dude. Get out of here. Johnny boy, if you could guarantee that Nathan would grow up with one of these 3 virtues fully developed, which one would you pick? Honesty, kindness, or courage?
Those all sound really shit. I guess courage, probably. Because if you're courageous, it means you can be more bold and you can take more dramatic actions to make positive changes in your life. So courage, I guess. Is this like from the Wizard of Oz?
It sounds like it.
Is that the 3 values that they were representing at the end?
Johnny Boy's like Indian, so he's big into spiritual memes.
Oh, okay.
Like ... not feather.
Oh, I thought you meant spirits, like alcohol. Never. I'm just kidding.
No, that's
I'm sorry.
me, dude.
Delete the clip.
Recovering alcoholic, by the way. All right, Super Devin's next. I'm gonna pull him in real quick. Hold up.
Okay.
Super Devin, you here, buddy? Mute the stream and unmute yourself, my duder.
I'm here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
So you want to ask your question, dude?
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't respond, so he didn't know if he could.
No,
if we could hear
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'm sorry. We're fucking with you. Go ahead. What's up, buddy?
Super Devin.
Yeah, so the question I had was, what do you think of the radicalization of mostly young white American males? Do you think it's akin to the radicalization of European Muslims into the Islamic State?
Jesus. I mean, like,
That's kind of a lot, yeah.
everybody's kind of radicalized the same way, right? Whether it's ISIS or Young Conservatives or Black Lives Matters people. I mean, like, not to say that these groups are the same, like, morally, but, like, the idea is that you typically identify somebody that's been disenfranchised, or at least has the impression of being disenfranchised by the current system, and then you try to give them some purpose or meaning to live for, and then that's kind of how it works. I mean, like, insofar as that goes, I mean, they're comparable, sure.
I guess to elaborate further, do you think that it should be viewed in the same manner? Like, if you look at American politics, especially pundits, the way they talk about the radicalization of Muslims to the Islamic State and how like fearful they are of it, yet there's no mention of the radicalization of young men into the alt-right and to like these Nazi and like far-right organizations and ideals like incest community, MGTOW.
Yeah, I mean, you
all
should
these
definitely
nasty
be
memes.
worried about it. It's a problem. It shouldn't be happening, right? But most, I mean, Republicans are never going to speak to any problems related to white people, and yeah. So I don't know. Well, I guess what exactly you're asking, like, if Republicans should pay more attention to it, or
Not just Republicans, but everybody. Like, you think it's one of the bigger issues that we're currently facing?
I don't know if it's like a big issue. I would argue still that policy-driven things like immigration, healthcare, foreign policy are still more important. But I mean, it's definitely like a domestic issue that's, I think, worth paying attention to.
Makes sense. I like that. It's a good answer.
Thanks.
I think one of the things about the radicalization of European Muslims, like versus the United States, like the Economist did a really good article about this a couple years ago, is just like all the Muslims in the United States are like doctors and lawyers and shit. So like their kids are a lot less prone to radicalization than the ones in Europe who are like living in ghettos and stuff.
Maybe. I feel like I read an article a long time ago that kind of debunked that. The common myth is that it's easy to radicalize Muslims that are kind of like economically disparaged, but in reality, there were like middle class Muslims that were taking up like the cause and joining ISIS. And I think that it's still possible to get that feeling of nobody in my country likes me and feeling very disenfranchised, while still being like somewhat socioeconomically okay. So I think that's important to.
I'm just saying statistically,
Oh,
of
sure.
course, those people exist.
Cool. Thanks for the question.
All right, Kyler asks, can you ask him when the next Minecraft server is, if ever?
Everybody stops playing on them after like a day or two.
Yep. All right, HOBL asks, if offline Rust is a thing this month, any consideration of doing larger scale teams like before, or just a small group?
I don't even know if I'll do Rust. I'm not sure. The game seems like it's changed a lot. Whew.
All right, Motiva asks, question for Destiny. In philosophy, do you favor particulars or universals as more real?
I have no fucking idea
You
what
might have
that
to
means.
come in to ask that one.
Is
You guys have-
universals, are they like morals that should be held constant throughout all of fucking society and time, and particulars are more relativistic, or what? That's like a guess. I have no
It
fucking
sounds
idea.
like a deontology versus
No, I don't.
consequentialism meme.
Or well, oh yeah, maybe.
Reestablish universal truths, and then you have to hold them like all the time versus
Yeah.
consequentialism.
I don't know.
which is
You can bring
more-
in the guy and ask him. I have no idea.
Yeah, Motiva, if you are a sub, I can bring you in for that.
He only reads his site's comments. Well, right now I'm not reading any comments. I'm trying to listen to the fucking questions and play Rust. Okay.
All right, Bongers has a question to ask. I'm gonna pull him in here.
Uh-oh.
Yo, Bongers, you here, buddy?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, bud.
Yo, okay. So my question was, I've talked to a couple of people about this. Since you do streams with other streamers, would you ever try streaming with people from your community and potentially make sort of more Mr. Mootons? If that makes sense? Like trying to
More
bring
Mr.
other people up?
That gets really hard because then a lot of people get like super ass pain over that. Like, why didn't you choose me? Or like, you got to choose this guy
Yeah, that
next. And then
was-
people are starting to like hop on like real hard to try to get like preferential treatment there. That seems like it would be like more stress than it's worth to deal with, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That
Almost
was
like-
one thing that we talked about is like a
Almost like
downside
Twitch
to it.
chat and DGG, dude.
All right. I'm gonna go back to getting spammed by questions.
All right,
Be careful.
Agadum, cool question. Marked super cool. Since your Twitch ban rules out any on-stream gaming content, IRL content is going to be your primary source of income for the next month. You've said in the past that you would never do this because of a guaranteed negative interactions with chat. But what do you think about taking advantage of this time to learn how to program while streaming?
No. If I do anything like that over the next month, it'll probably be learning a DAW, and we'll try to make like a song or two. That lo-fi hip-hop shit is so easy to make. Like, I have the music background to do that stuff a million times over, and maybe even better than what I hear a lot because my theory and composition background is so big. I would just have to learn the tools. So that might be something that I do over the next month, maybe.
You could be the next New Jobs, dude. When you go to
or well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Japan, dude. You can go visit his grave and maybe host his ghost to like.
Maybe, dude. Have a DJ rave there, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Warm green tea HW. Hey bongers, my question for the AMA is, when were you in university? When you were in university, how did you go about writing your music compositions? Where did you get your inspiration from?
When I was in university, most of the stuff we wrote is just really boring shit. I mean, like it would be like write a fugue, like using the whatever technique you learn in theory class, or like write like a exercise. You're not like writing like anything contemporary, or at least not in my theory classes.
All right, I gotta filter through these ones that I haven't put in. Hold up. So Long Knives asks, question: do you plan on playing any more Path to Exile during the remainder of the league?
No, I probably will next season. I'll definitely be in the beginning, but
seems odd that you'd want to wait until the next league to play SSF.
I know, because he's trying to
didn't
give
do any of the end game boss.
Yeah, he's trying to like, oh well, this is the reason why you should play. But I really don't care to. I'll do it
you've
next
got to
season.
trade, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well, no, I'll
trade
do
shit.
I'll do
Auction house
SSF next season. I'll do SSF next season.
Are you familiar with like all the ass pain with like the auction house memes and Path to Exile?
Yeah, I got a
Path of
little taste
Exile?
of it during my Zazane AMA.
Yeah, I was listening to that. Those
like...
people really don't understand markets.
Oh, that like upon thinking about it more, I think there's really good arguments against doing the auction house and Path of Exile. But yeah, anytime they would try to talk about like market related stuff, it was like really frustrating to not just like.
Well, because like the argument's pretty interesting, right? Like, so if you had an auction house and there were bots, right, you would with a market increase everybody's ability to be supplied with goods.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise they had no ability to be supplied with goods.
Well, so like,
but
the main argument against it is that in Path of Exile, your gear is kind of, you play around the imperfections. And the idea that you could perfectly find every single modifier, like all 6, all the prefixes and suffixes on every gear you have, like works for you, people feel like that would take away from the game. And to some extent, I could understand that there is some reward in finding the perfect item, even if it's through trade, versus doing it, versus like...
Did you ever play like a CCG?
Collectible card game?
Yeah, because like casual cards, like casual people, players have that same problem in like any CCG, right? Like once you start net decking and you start buying individual cards to make like the best deck, then you're just cheating the game.
Oh, sure, maybe, yeah.
And it's true, like a lot of the magic of the game goes away when you're not playing with your like
the cards that you randomly find
out
shit.
of a garbage.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But all the market-based arguments were like super not like really bad. Like, well, what if bots buy things and then relist them for higher price? Like, okay, well then no one would buy it, and no one would make a bot that would do that. Why would you make a bot that would
the price?
Yeah, why would you make a bot that would buy something and relist it for a price that nobody would buy? And then also, why aren't you taking into account the fact that this means that everybody that puts an item for sale gets paid immediately? That's a good thing as well, right? I noticed that a lot. It's kind of funny, in Path of Exile people do it, but conservatives do this as well, that when people analyze market transactions, they only ever look at one side of the transaction, whatever one side they want to focus on. They never take a holistic approach. People do the same thing with immigration. They're like, well, if immigrants come over, now they're going to be getting lower wages, and that's going to fuck up the wages that the people are going to make. It's like, okay, well, what about the fact that business owners are saving money on the amount of money that they're spending on labor, like, or that customers are saving money on products now because they're going to be cheaper? Like, yeah, you can still make arguments for and against immigration based on that thing, but you can't just look at one part of the transaction. Like, this is an equation that has to be balanced.
All right, so another announcement, because it looks like more and more people are showing up. So
Uh-oh.
if you want to ask a question, message it to Bongers. I've already had enough questions, so just message Bongers, please. On the Discord, right?
Wait, the Xbox version has a form of auto trade. Path of Exiles on the Xbox? Is that true?
I don't know if this question is even good because it seems like you love to, I don't know, like take a bunch of shrooms and throw yourself into some kind of existential hell.
Good.
Question for Destiny. How would you recommend people become more rational and fill their heads with better thoughts? It seems like people nowadays aren't as introspective as they should be.
So my two big things are being introspective. So taking a moment to kind of like analyze yourself to make sure that you're not being full of shit. And then you're not being full of shit, you're not full of shit. And then the second thing is being really combative with your ideas. So intentionally find people that disagree with you and then argue with them and then see if you feel like your ideas hold up to some kind of rational thought pattern. And then if they don't, you either change them or, yeah. So like I try to avoid circle jerks desperately. I try never hang out in communities that are full of people that agree with me. I usually try to find communities full of people that disagree with me. And then I usually try to have like a somewhat rigorous way of analyzing my thoughts to make sure I'm making like logical, rational, consistent arguments.
I think it's funny that I don't want to say excuse, but like you say that about your own Discord, but a ton of people disagree with you about stuff in there.
Yeah, but it's all the same boring disagreements. It's a bunch of people that are vegans or a bunch of people that are socialists, and it's just boring.
Why don't you read my book?
Damn.
All right, here's the long. Do we want to do the long Supreme Court ruling meme?
Which long Supreme Court ruling meme?
The one about the California Supreme Court ruling.
I guess if that guy really wants to, sure.
Okay. So I'm going to read a paragraph, okay? Here's the short context. California passed a law in 2008 requiring new handguns to include micro-stamping technology for the state to certify the handgun as not unsafe and follow public sale to non-Leo state government.
Stamping to stamp the gun is not unsafe.
No, so their meme in California was for handgun sale. I'm familiar with this. For handgun sales, I think the receiver actually had to like micro stamp the bullet or micro stamp the shell, right? The shell casing, so that any shell casing that was ever discharged, they would have some way to find it to reference the handgun that it was fired out of. And basically that was fucking impossible, right?
On every single cartridge?
On every single cartridge, yes. And basically because it was impossible, okay, so he's going to write about this. The technology was patented and fundamentally flawed, even according to the creator. In 2013, so basically what this was going to function, it was going to function as a de facto handgun ban, right?
Effectively, yeah.
The Supreme Court had previously said that you can't issue like broad bans on entire classes of weapons. So they were like, okay, well, we're not going to ban them, but we'll just make it so that every legal one has to have this micro-stamping technology, which doesn't exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 2013, California's then Attorney General Kamala Harris certified the technology despite it being impossible to implement in the way prescribed by the law, effectively banning all new handguns from being sold in California after that day, not already on the roster. Recently, the California Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, ruled that just because the law is impossible to comply with does not give you a legal basis to challenge or otherwise overturn the law. That sounds pretty retarded to me.
I would have to read it more. That sounds too dumb to be correct.
Oh no, that's very real. The micro-stamping thing is...
No, but everything surrounding this, that's the ruling that... So like if I made a law that made it so that you have to, if you're going to go to the supermarket, you have to levitate 3 feet off the ground in order to move through the aisles. And if you don't, you get arrested. And then you challenge that. And they're like, well, that's not a valid challenge. It can't be right. There's got to be some nuance that's being missed there.
So here's another like extremely interesting meme that you should talk to with some legal memers about if you're interested, right? So we say that like Supreme Court precedent establishes law, right? But it turns out there's actually no mechanism to force circuit courts, which are the next one down, right? Like circuit courts of appeals, to abide by that, right? You can't actually make them do Supreme Court precedent. They're supposed to, right? But if they want to do their own like retard ruling, that's even like 180 of the Supreme Court's precedent, they can, right? And the only person that can hold them accountable is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court, yeah.
So like the Fourth Circuit courts, the ones in like New York and all the like meme liberal states up there, they just like throw all of the Supreme Court statements about gun law into the garbage can.
Can't you don't you lose like
Oh, I say retard a bunch. I'm sorry,
Oh
guys.
yeah, don't say retard.
Sorry.
Aren't those positions? Aren't you like appointed by? Who appoints like federal judges? Like for the Ninth Circuit, like who appoints those people, or are they elected in the districts?
What?
Who appoints the judges like on the Ninth Circuit? Like,
Oh, the president.
wait, really?
The Court of Appeals judges and district court judges, I think, are all nominated by the
Fuck,
president.
I should know more about this, but that can't be
They're-
right. That can't be
They're
right.
all nominated in batches. Oh yeah.
Then how
Like-
can they be all so liberal if the president is
I don't
the
know.
one?
You'd have to ask esports. You'd have to. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an engineer. Okay.
Huh.
Because I was asking him that a while back because it like the Fourth Circuit Court made like they made basically a ruling that was antithetical to what the Supreme Court said about banning classes of guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how can they even do this? And he was just like, they do whatever the fuck they want. Anyway, yeah, look into it. It's a pretty interesting meme. Okay, we got a bunch more questions. How do you want to do like 2 hours, 2 hours 30? We started at like 1:30, so we're like about an hour in.
Whatever you want to do, dude. Whatever makes you happy. Okay.
Well, hey man, you're the memer. I'm just some guy. All right. Oh, there was a follow-up question to the musical compositions question, and that was, what are your thoughts on creating musical frisson? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, me neither.
Musical frisson? Okay.
Frisson is this like meme idea that I think it's like for epic moments in music or something. They're considered like frisson moments or whatever, but like not everybody experiences it the same way. Not everybody, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what more I can say about it.
So, what are your thoughts on creating musical frisson?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you do it, that's a good job. I don't know how else to answer that. Yeah.
Okay. Ghost XXX Ghost Warrior asks, would you ever be willing to do a fan meetup? Hasn't he done fan meetups already?
Yeah, if I travel around, sometimes I do.
What if we just came to Omaha and like posted up on your lawn, dude?
Yeah, probably not.
Please don't. Busty Nutson asks, not Dave question, how well would he have to do on YouTube over the next 30 to make the switch? I'm a YouTube boy, and I really like him streaming on this platform. Throw him your money, dude.
No.
Send him a check.
It's highly unlikely that I would make that switch.
Okay. $100,000, boys. Let's get the meme going on in chat. We gotta fill up the little 100,000 K bar. Dave question. So Destiny obviously has a low opinion of people like Dave for not really challenging people on the more hardcore parts of their beliefs / giving his platform to bad memers. Currently, Destiny's platform is about as big or bigger than Ruben's. So is there any chance of Destiny / Ruben head-to-head? Would Destiny be interested, or is there not a chance?
Oh, I'd love to chat with Dave Rubin, but I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think that guy would ever want to talk to me. That would
He
be...
folds to any, like...
Yeah,
any
the problem
reasonable
too,
person.
maybe since I'm smaller, he wouldn't bitch out to me, but like watching him on Joe Rogan, he acted like such a little fucking cuck. Like he was so scared of like, I don't know, maybe because he really likes Joe Rogan or something. So maybe he wouldn't do the same to me because he's taller than me or something. I don't know how much that played into it. If he thought Joe was gonna beat him up or something, but Ruben seems like the kind of guy that I would argue with for an hour, and at the end, he would be like, you know, you brought up a lot of good points, and I agree with a lot of what you say. And then at the next show, like none of it even mattered. It seems like what would happen.
Yeah, Rogan seems to be confrontational in like a very kind of simple way. He's
Yeah,
just like,
whereas
really,
Ruben
dude?
is
Is that
like-
really true? Really? And like nobody ever does that to
Yeah,
people.
and Ruben gets, Ruben is more like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah,
he does that shit though. Tvik, question. Destiny, are you going to do more lawn memes since you need more content for streams? It'd be dank to see progress over a month.
Oh yeah, maybe. Dude, I've
You're
got
gonna
fucking
change your
voles.
tire again.
I've got
Oh
fucking
my
voles in my yard. Oh, I'm gonna buy a real lift for my car. Not a lift, but I'm gonna buy a better jack because that shit was fucking cancerous. But I did
Dude,
it. I
if you-
rotated all my tires and I changed my fucking oil. Fuck you, dude. Next is gonna be
If you set up a little like stream in your garage and did like car memes, I bet you'd get viewers. That would be hilarious, man.
maybe, dude. I need to buy like over the next few days. I need to do like the new intercooler or something. I'll find something on my car to change, and that'll be an adventure. I thought about getting a forced. I think it's called like a ram air intake, where you do something.
Forced convection?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
no, okay.
It's not like it's not like a supercharger or anything like that. It's just it's like a ram. It's like a big scoop air intake that connects to like the front of your there's like a grill or whatever in the front, maybe something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, just a scoop. It doesn't actually have like a doesn't actually have like a turbine in it or anything.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Just like that. That seems like just like easy fun projects like that would be fun, but yeah. And then the intercooler meme, and then I think there was something related to... I don't think I can do anything related to exhaust. I would need a lift, and downpipe is probably too complicated for me, so...
Are you gonna murder these voles yourself, dude?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta do something about the voles. Holy shit. Did I ever
Are you
tell you
within
about,
the
like,
city
the
limits,
most...
dude? You can't shoot the voles.
No, well, they live underground. What am I supposed to do? Get my Mosin and go out and, like, just shoot
I mean,
the
I
fucking...
assume they come out. They don't live underground their whole life.
Well, no, but, like, I can't see them in the grass. Voles are fucking small as fuck, dude.
Get that infrared. Tell us about the voles. Chat wants to hear about the voles.
They're just fucking my yard up. They just make holes everywhere. They fuck the dirt up and shit. They're just fucking horrible things. I need to get rid of them. They're rodents. Supposedly there's like some ultrasonic thing that you can plug in outside that like scares them off, but it seems like too memey to work, so I don't know, dude. I gotta go full fucking murder mode or some shit on it.
Don't you know one of those e-girls that has those ferrets or whatever? Don't those kill voles?
Do they? Oh, I should bring trainers over and just have our ferrets run outside then for an hour and kill it.
I'm thinking about moles. I'm retarded. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm silly. I'm a silly, dumb person. Oh, it's so hard not to say. I'm sorry. Lucky Charms asks, what does Destiny have against Smash Brothers not being a fighting game?
I don't know. Nice name.
Vorpal Kitten asks, when you talk about transgender issues, you bring up gender roles and personality traits a lot. Do you think either of these have anything to do with a person's gender?
It kind of feels like it.
I mean, don't they? If they didn't have anything to do with it, wouldn't it just be like, what?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
How could gender roles not have anything to do with it if like trans people also want to like dress up and stuff?
I'm not sure. I don't know. This is a scary
Okay,
topic.
we're gonna dodge that one.
I need to
All
talk
right,
to
cool,
ContraPoints
Todd.
at some point again about this, because I think that the last answer that she gave me in talking about this like set me down this path even more, because ContraPoint specifically said to me that she said that in a different type of society maybe I wouldn't feel like I'm trans, which like kind of like furthered this current train of thought out, but maybe she's like changed her opinion on that. I'm not sure.
The memes are really crazy because some of those people obviously have experienced like gender dysphoria, and some of them don't, and like they have really big internal struggles about like which like if one is valid or not the other, and like they
Sure.
argue till they're blue in
Yeah,
the
but
face.
it's just so hard to say that like so you say you experience gender dysphoria. What if we lived in a society where all the gender roles were swapped? Would you still feel that? Like that's the big question that I have, you know? That's like so hard to say. Like say you lived in a society where men shaved their legs and wore dresses and whatnot. Like would you still feel like you needed to be like you were the wrong gender, you know?
Well, probably not, because
Well, I don't think we can say that. Or you might.
Okay.
I don't feel
It
comfortable
seems
saying
like-
probably not, but like that's just like the question that I would have, you know?
It just seems like a lot of the people with dysphoria point, even like early on in life, they're like they attribute early dysphoria to like to the fact that they don't fall into gender norms. Right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like I always like to play with dolls, and not. It was like, dude, does playing with dolls matter? Is that gendered in its own way, or is that like a social thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like if we were like a little bit more fluid with how we identify genders in the West, where like there was more fluidity between male and female, like maybe there wouldn't be. But I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure.
But if it didn't matter, then why would they want to play with Barbies, right? Why would it matter?
Or yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you would just play with whatever
Yeah.
you want to play, and you wouldn't feel pushed into a certain box, depending on what you enjoyed playing with, right? Yeah.
All right, Cool Tot asks, hey Destiny and Bongers, you watched a donkey video on Enter the Gungeon and said it was your next game. Was that serious? Are you planning on playing this after the unban? Thanks.
Yeah, I might.
Okay, good.
Yeah, after the ending, yeah, it looked like fun memes.
White Nervosa asks, does Destiny have any intention of playing more of a variety of games when he comes back to streaming on Twitch?
But not really.
Sounds
Variety
like you just
gaming
wanna
is
play
just not
League.
that fun for me. I just don't enjoy variety gaming. I need to have a game I can grind.
So it's the fact that it makes you feel as though you're progressing within
Yeah,
the
some sort
game,
of ladder
or watching
system
your rank go
where I'm
up, or-
incrementally improving, yeah.
What about having fun, Destiny?
I don't have fun playing games like that, no.
Exists no such thing. All right, I'm going to bring Derek on for the next question. Hello, Derek. You're live, buddy. Unmute yourself, mute the stream, and
Hi.
ask away.
Alright. Why do you think you've stagnated so hard in League of Legends? You've been hovering around Diamond
Oh
5 for
god,
about
get this
10
fucking
months.
meme shit out of here. This is the
God damn
dusty
it.
shit. Alright, what's next?
I mean, bongers let him in. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's a probably a legitimate question. If you have an opinion on your,
I don't know. I just need to set out.
performance,
I mean, like, I think
don't know.
I think I make improvements, but I just need to sit down and grind it out more.
I'm sorry, Derek. You triggered him, dude. Okay, Flamster asks, could socialism be realistic when AI is going to replace 90% of the jobs? This is so fucking retarded. I hate you guys.
I have no idea. Those are arguments for UBI memes, right? Not necessarily for.
No, they're just so retarded. Like, because none of the constraints of like a modern economy even work as you approach like the labor singularity or whatever we're talking about.
Yeah,
And
you have to
that's-
have a
that's
totally
exactly
new
what-
paradigm that's not like capitalism or socialism, right? You need like some crazy new shit.
And that's what Luddites said like 2 centuries ago. They were like, the looms are going to replace everybody, and then like we're not going to have any job, and we just figured out new jobs to have.
Yeah,
right?
actually that's true.
Service
Yeah,
the
because we keep
robots.
every time we make big technological breakthroughs, they're like new paradigms, but somehow we keep figuring out. But I would argue that we are running into problems that need to be solved. So like it seems like this is way over my head, but like without knowing anything about like advanced like macro econ theory or anything, it seems like as workers become more and more productive, it seems like owning capital gives you a greater advantage. So like if I were to go back 10,000 years ago, no, not 10,000 years ago. I'm going to say 2,000 years ago. I don't know if this is a good time or not. But like if I own like a loom, if that's the capital that I own, I'm not going to have that much of an advantage over somebody that's like hand looming things or hand sewing things or whatever, spinning whatever, right? Like I'll have an advantage. Maybe I work like 10 times faster than them, but it won't be like several orders of magnitude. Whereas today, if I own capital, I can make things like tens of orders of magnitude quicker than somebody doing it on their own. Like I could do things thousands or tens of thousands of times faster. So it seems like if you're a capital owner today, as opposed to thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago, it seems like owning capital gives you so much more leverage than it used to. And I think that like in the West, you're seeing like income disparity grow more and more and more with more, every time there's like more productive capabilities of society, it seems like the benefits of that just go to like a certain class of capital owning people, like the very, very wealthiest people. And it seems like it's really hard for workers to cash in on that, you know? Like even though workers are becoming more and more productive, we don't really get paid for it, or workers don't really get paid for that productivity, you know? But capital owners make money off of it, right?
Yeah, so not only does capital actually become more productive in its own right, right?
Mhm.
Like owning a loom means increased production, but the ownership of looms can actually become more efficient. right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can own a factory floor of looms, and it doesn't take, right? You just need
Yeah.
like a warm body sitting there.
Yeah,
managing
but so
loom.
the workers themselves, even though they have now increased their productivity thousands fold, they don't really get anything for it, right?
Yep.
Which seems, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, so for instance, like you can take something like you used to need like a whole like office full of people maybe to file documents or to retrieve documents or to store documents. Like you might need like a room full of people. Well, now we can do all of that with a single program with like Microsoft Excel or something. But it's not like one person running Excel is going to be getting paid the same as like that office full of people. In fact, they're going to be making marginally more than like a single one of those people. So it's like, who are the gains going towards? All the gains are going towards the person that owns the business, you know?
Yep.
Which is something.
And
yeah.
like the labor singularity meme functions in kind of the same way, right? So you can imagine the labor singularity as a point at which a robot, right, some kind of automaton, can produce labor at or below the cost of a human, or it doesn't even have to be there. I think we talked about this once. It doesn't even have to be like equal to it, right? It can just be like on the margins, like close to it. And at that point, human labor will cease to have meaning for anybody who owns an automaton.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to fundamentally like restructure society, right? Like, first of all, the people that make the robots, if you're the owner of the factory that makes the robots that's replacing people, you now basically own the economy.
Yeah.
Because you own like the most efficient means of actually creating anything with labor.
The thing that is interesting to me, and I think we've talked about this briefly before, but it's going to be when driving becomes fully automated. I think that's the first time in human history where we're going to have to dramatically rethink how we do labor, because we're going to put an unprecedented number of people out of work, and we're not going to be able to retrain. What do you do with a guy that's been trucking for 20 years? What the fuck is this guy going to move into that's going to pay him $50,000 a year like his trucking job did? You know?
I mean, fundamentally, every time we've gone through some kind of automation change, right? This has come to pass, but maybe in the modern times, this is the first time. Right?
Well, I'm saying that, like, because maybe there have been comparable moments in the past. I'd be interested if there were, but like today, like I'm pretty sure the trucking industry employs more people than any other industry, so it would be a massive amount of people being put out of work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested in.
Think about the combine and farmers, right? You don't have people out there with sickles, collecting grain by hand, or the cotton gin or the loom or something like this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess. So where do all the people move into to become? I think another thing that maybe hurts
my... create new jobs.
Well, I think another thing that hurts my thing is that jobs have become more and more and more high skill, and it seems like the United States doesn't want to invest in education. So maybe that's something else that damages my look on the outcome of this as well. Like if education was something that we continually invested in, then maybe I would be a little bit more hopeful. But since the U.S. seems so anti-education, I have like less of a hope that we'll figure out like a solution to that.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about this forever, but it's one of the most interesting things that's like being talked about now.
Yeah, for sure. And regardless of whether or not we want to, we can talk about the theory all day, but at some point we're actually going to be confronted pragmatically with how do we solve this problem that we've put half our workforce out of business because of fucking robots. Yeah.
Another really interesting part of like the U.S. aspect of that is that we also do a lot of very rudimentary jobs, right? Think of all of the things that like illegal immigrants are coming here to do for maybe sub-legal, labor wages, right? Yeah. Sub-legal wages. And at the same time, right, the employment of all of the educated people in the country is going the opposite way, right? So there's going to be a growing contingent of people stuck in the middle that are undereducated, right, that don't want to do the super low tier jobs that we're trying to bring in immigration for. They literally will refuse to do those jobs, right, but are ill-equipped to do the jobs on the top. And that's only going to become more and more exacerbated. Right?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Like a shadow middle class, like the opposite of a middle class. Okay, let's hit up some questions. I switched to mobile for a second, so if the audio sounds weird. So Abdu212 asks, well, this is an off-topic question from the last one, but can you ask Destiny if he takes any health or neurotropic supplements? They tend to help me a lot with mental and physical balance.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Apparently, do you take any neurotropic supplements?
No. I don't.
Health supplements?
I haven't seen like compelling research on any of that, so no.
Isn't not Harkton? Isn't Devin into that shit? Doesn't he take like fucking brain force or some shit?
I don't know. I'd have to ask him. I haven't seen the. I don't know if he's listening. I haven't seen the research on any of that though. That makes it seem like neurotropics actually do anything. And most of them are like promoted by like gamers and Alex Jones and shit, so not sure.
I mean, doesn't it just function like a stimulant, right? It's just like caffeine. No?
Oh,
okay. I don't know. I figured it was the same as Monster, but they're adding some vitamin C to it or something. I'm sure chat's mad.
Is it just like caffeine? I don't think it is. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
I have no idea. It sounds like some magic meme shit. Anyway. All right. Arrow Gear asks, what is your clear opinion on Jordan Peterson? I have asked several comments made by you about him without knowing your actual reasons behind it. I like the guy, but maybe if you'd enlighten me, I'd understand.
I don't like religion, and I don't like it when I feel like people are basing a lot of their philosophy off of religion. That bothers me. Peterson seems to be very much caught up in this kind of like traditional conservative thing that's kind of like rooted fundamentally in Christianity, and he's like weird like this, and then he's got that weird Jungian archetypical thing going on, or Jungian archetype shit that he's like really hung up on. My main problem with Peterson, here's like my main, in the most general sense possible, and it's possible I haven't engaged with enough Peterson to be this fairly critical, but my main problem with Peterson, coming out from a very macro aspect, is Peterson seems to say society has worked in this way because of these things, and then from that he extrapolates that society ought to continue the way that we've gone. the way that we've been in the past. So for instance, like Peterson will say like women and men were happier when they were married with 2 kids, etc., etc. We can see evidence of that, which is generally true. And then he'll say that means that the new direction we're headed is bad and we ought go back to what we used to do because that's when people were happy, without considering the alternative that maybe we can augment society to make people happy in a new paradigm. He seems to never consider that, or if he does, I haven't seen him consider that. That's my main problem with Peterson, is that he seems very much to be a conservative in a social sense, that things used to be a certain way, so they ought continue to be a certain way. That's my big problem with Peterson, I guess.
And he seems, just to me, it seems like his arguments aren't even fucking cogent half the time. Like what?
I mean,
what
when
exactly
he's talking
even...
about psychology, he's pretty on point. But when he wanders away from psychology, he turns into a fucking idiot. I don't know what drives him to do that. That he has no respect for other fields like history or philosophy. But yeah, that's a big problem that he has, is when he wanders away very strictly. When he's talking about psych, he can go over like research and studies, when he can cite specific things that are pretty well accepted. But as soon as he wanders away from that, holy shit, does he get lost real fucking quick.
I mean, he also seems to believe in like evolutionary typical like hierarchical societies, like the whole lobster meme.
Yeah,
and it's like, do you really want that? Like,
well, like it seems like, and I'm sure that he's got like an escape for like a naturalistic fallacy, but it seems like he's very much like, this is how people like kind of naturally function, and this is what makes us naturally happy, so we ought continue in this way. I think he's big on that, or at least that's what it seems like. So.
Okay, hold on. Next question. Pixel Shroom asks, would Destiny ever consider bringing back Monday Mail in any way? Hey, by the way, we can do this, and this is kind of like Monday Mail.
Yeah, I mean, we can do this monthly. This makes more sense. The problem with Monday Mail is just that after a while, all the questions got like played out, you know?
Yeah, I didn't mean to meme on you in chat the other day. I was like, haha, joking, and you got real mad. I'm sorry, dude.
Wait, about what? What'd you say?
Oh shit, he doesn't know. Never mind. Delete the VOD.
He believes people are naturally predisposed to be conservative or liberal. Well, it is true that your political beliefs are highly heritable. Now, whether or not that means that it's like a biological predisposition or something is a different meme.
I'm surprised you didn't read the name. Yeah, that was, so you went off on somebody yesterday while we were having this whole thing, and I was like, you know, here's like a new, I don't know, some innovative revenue stream, but I'm too lazy to do it. LMAO.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I was just kind of laughing. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't.
No, it's okay.
Busty Nutson. Bonus question. I'm a communication studies major. I learned how to talk about talking, and I wanted to know how much Destiny thinks about the way he speaks during debates. I guess if you're conscious of your own speaking patterns. I really like the way he challenges people's arguments, not super antagonistic and often very direct, and wanted to know if he has any communication studies background or experience.
No, I usually just read what everybody says about me, so I try to like take that into account. So like if a lot of people say that I talk over people too much, I try to take that feedback into account. Or if a lot of people say that I gish gallop or something, I usually take that feedback. Basically, like if I argue with somebody, I'll usually read the 4chan posts about it, I'll read the YouTube comments about it, I'll read the Reddit threads about it that get posted across several subreddits, and then sometimes I'll read their YouTube channel's comments about it if it's posted on their channel. And then if there's some sort of consistent thread for feedback where somebody's like, oh, he's super condescending, I don't care about that. Or if somebody says like, oh, like he interrupts you too much, I'll try to keep that in the back of my head for the next conversation, that I try to avoid doing things that people think I do that's a negative. That being said, unfortunately I just get accused of doing a lot of things that I don't really do, and I don't really know how to combat that. For instance, a lot of people accuse me of gish galloping, which is something that I'm actually incredibly careful to avoid doing at all points in time. I gave this as an example yesterday. In all of my debates now, I am incredibly careful at the start of saying specifically, if I ever say something that you disagree with, stop me immediately. We can talk about it. Don't let me build up 15 premises into an argument, and then, you know, we have to go back. Like, if I say something you disagree with, just stop me immediately, and we can go forward. Or if you feel like I'm being unfair, I'm unfairly characterizing your argument, feel free to tell me, and we can move from there. I'm very careful to say that every time, but people still accuse me of, like, gish galloping and shit, which is very frustrating for me. So then I've got to deal with, like, debates that I have with that dick dumb fuck, where he comes on with a whole bunch of accusations, and people do this to me all the time, and I always show up and I'll say like, okay, I did this in the Kiwi Farms thread when I popped in. I was like, hey, a lot of you guys say that I gish gallop and shit a ton, can you give me a single example of me doing this? Because I'm genuinely interested. And it's always the same response. I can't be expected to watch every debate. I don't remember every fucking thing you've ever done. I'm not going to sit here and fucking do it because you're just going to, like, it's always the same batch of excuses.
You would
where
think
it's like,
with all the clips and shit. They would
yeah,
have that
exactly. With
already,
how
you know?
obsessed they are with following every aspect of me, you'd think that, like, oh, well, here's the Destiny Gish Gallop compilation where he's, like, unfairly characterizing all of his opponent's arguments. But it's never that. It's like, here's the compilation of Destiny encouraging his friend to kill himself. Here's the compilation of Destiny being a pedophile. It's like, okay, so you, like, whatever. It seems like, so, I mean, at some point, like, I'll read all the feedback about me, but I have to disregard some feedback because it's clear that it's unsubstantiated. But that's really hard for me because I have to be careful, because on one end, I'm saying that, like, my personal intuition is exceeding the intuition of thousands of other people that are critical of me, which is a really scary place to be in, because then you can get really fucking egotistical. And I am egotistical. I'm very narcissistic, but I don't want to get such a big head that I lose an accurate, like, self-evaluation, you know? So it's a really hard plank to walk or beam
When
to
you
walk,
read
I guess.
when you read good comments that like, I love you, Destiny, you're great, like I love your shit, does that make you feel good?
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. You feel nothing?
I don't know why, but this is actually a really common content creator thing. I've talked about this with a lot of other streamers. For some reason, you can go through a thread and you can read. I say that. I shouldn't say that. It sounds really mean, but I'm just
like
being
the
really honest.
95%,
Yeah, no. You can read 100 comments where all of them are like, "Oh, great job, Sky Williams. Oh, good job, Lily Pichu. Oh, good job, Destiny. Oh, good job." Blah blah blah. You read like all these really nice comments, and then you'll see one comment where the guy's like, "You're such a fucking piece of shit. Like the thing that you did back then was so bad." And for some reason, that one comment hurts so much more than like the 100 other, or like it bothers you so much more than the 100 other comments. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like human philosophy. Maybe we're conditioned to be acclimated to people liking us, so when somebody dislikes us, it's different, or what. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really, really fucking weird phenomenon.
Here's a quick meme from Right to Bear Arms in the chat. Can you ask him what's in the Amazon box behind him, Pepe?
It's like 4 hard drives.
Well, there you go, right? Don't say I didn't do anything for you, RTBA. All right, Ethias asks, do you know the music group Bon Iver? If you like Soljan Stevens, I'm surprised you don't like Bon Iver.
I don't know who the Bon Iver is.
Bon Iver?
Oh, Bon Iver?
It looks French, Bon Iver.
Is it Bon Iver? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. I only ever see it written. I think I've listened. Isn't he like oh god, what's like that atmospheric singer group, the ethereal atmospheric shit? Fuck, who am I thinking? Sigur Rós or whatever? Isn't that like
Sigur Rós?
Yeah, Sigur Rós. I don't know if it's like that or not, but yeah.
It's French. Bon Iver, good winner. Thanks, Hard Fights in chat. All right. Yeah, so maybe you should listen to some of that on stream, I guess. Power PC MES. Ask Destiny if I can teach him how to use a DAW.
Who said that?
Power PC ME?
Oh,
this sounds
maybe.
like a plug for somebody's meme.
And probably just Reacher knows how to use it. I probably just install Reason or something again.
All right.
Can I take a 2-minute break to go get a soy boy drink?
Yeah, go.
Can I do it?
Go do it. Go do it.
1 second.
All right, the next question is from Dunebug. How about Into the Breach between games of League? It's a really easy to fill the gap between games game, and because it's super easy to drop in and out of, like the one card game Slay the Spire he played.
Maybe I'll look into it.
Plug from Dunebug. All right, Zemuron asks, what do you think is the best way to convince people that immigration is fine if they don't care about the economic argument?
I don't know. If you hate brown people, there's not much I can do. It's hard for me to talk to that person. I'm not sure.
Okay, dude. What if they were white people?
White immigrants, or?
I guess. I don't know.
Everybody loves white immigrants, right? Isn't that what Trump said? As long as they're not coming from shithole countries, I think is what he said.
Like all the Balkan country. Dude, I'm a Polish immigrant, man. That's a shithole.
Damn.
That's a shithole if I've ever seen one.
They love Polish people now, though, because you guys have like they call.
Oh yeah, because we're white. No, that's all a big lie. Because like all of our there's tons of like different races in Poland, but they don't show up in the census statistics because they're not because it's really hard to immigrate and be a citizen. But there's tons of people there on like visas and shit.
Nice.
Yep. Big lies from the big lying government of Poland. All right, we're gonna bring some people in from the chat to talk about their questions. Hold up.
Destiny, that's a straw man. They don't hate brown people. They just want to preserve white American culture.
Yeah, okay.
My
Alright,
bad.
dude.
Okay, Lauren Southern. Ugh.
You'd think these brown people, if they're so smart, they could learn to be part of our society.
Nope.
Oh, wait, they do.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Whoa.
wait, they do. All right, Daniel's coming in here. Yo, Daniel, are you ready to ask your question, my dude?
Oh, yes.
You're in here.
Oh, hi.
So Daniel asks, if he doesn't want to read it, will
Yes.
you do a podcast? I come for the political stuff. Also, can you play HOTS when you get your Twitch back?
Oh, what?
Isn't that your question?
What?
Well, this is awkward.
Oh, yes, yes.
Are you okay? Hello?
Oh, my mic is, I think there's a delay on your stream.
Turn the stream
No,
off.
you gotta mute the stream. God,
Oh, I
dude.
just did, my bad. Okay, yeah, will you do a podcast? And, will you play Heroes of the Storm?
I'm not
Will you
playing
do
Heroes of the
Flashback?
Storm. What the fuck? No.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm kind of new, so.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to...
I
Oh
like
no,
that
why'd you drag him out? I just
sorry.
roasted that dude. I didn't know he was new. Fuck.
All right, you're back, Daniel. Sorry.
Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry, dude.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I've for MOBAs I like dumped all my fucking time into League of Legends, so I feel like I can't really learn another game. Like it would take me so much time to do it. And the Heroes of the Storm, yeah, audience is like pretty small compared to the other two MOBAs. So if I were to switch, it would probably be to Dota over anything else.
Oh, dude, the Dota streams would
Okay.
be so excellent.
There you
Please
go.
just do that.
Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
will you also do a
We'll give you
podcast?
$1,000
I want to,
podcast.
but it's really hard for me to sit down and like work out like organized, prepared content. If I don't release the first episode that I want to do like this week, it's never happening. Okay, because it should, because I have it like so close to done. I just need to sit down and record it.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Wait,
Right.
a podcast of just you or a podcast with guests?
Well,
or
I'm probably
talk
going
to
to do the
someone,
first 3 episodes. Will probably be like revolving format, or I'll try to see like what people like the most, and then I'll go from there. Or maybe I'll do multiple different kinds of things. But yeah,
Okay.
We'll see.
I'm sorry we memed on you so hard, Daniel, but it was a little awkward there, dude.
Thanks.
it's okay,
Uh,
buddy. I love you, buddy.
Bye. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh man.
Fucking asshole.
I'm sorry, man. I thought he was gonna meme. He was like rearing himself up. All right, the next question is from somebody named Mojo the King. Mojo, what's going on, dude? Unmute and you can ask your question, my duder.
Hey, what's up, Sim? So my question is, why don't you want to debate a Muslim scholar or something?
Wait, have I talked to you before?
Yeah, we have talked in November last year, I think.
Yep, I remember.
you
Muslim
remember
scholar
me.
about what? Yeah, because you were the guy that's from. Don't tell me fuck. You talked to the other guy who's from Turkey, and you were from. Oh God, I don't remember the country. Oh no, wait, you're American, right? You're American, aren't you?
I'm not, no.
You're
I'm
not?
from Germany. My parents are from Tunisia, and I also talked to another German dude.
Oh, maybe I'm mixing you up with the other guy then. Were you the guy that had the
But,
debate with
yeah.
the Turkish dude, or no?
No, but I was the guy that debated the Turkish dude. Only talked to you, I think.
I thought I
I'm
set up the
right.
Turkish dude with another guy that I think was an American Muslim, but I could be wrong.
No.
But I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
debated the other German Muslim though.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Anyway, wait. So what would I talk to a Muslim scholar about?
Like about a lot of things, like because oftentimes if you talk like let's take Saudi Arabia for example, when about the Yemen war or something, then you say something like fucking hate Sunnis or something.
Oh
And
yeah.
even though like 90% of the whole Muslim population is Sunni, I think you like don't really differentiate between between them a lot. You think probably all are the same or all have the same beliefs. Like you have to consider that all of North Africa is Sunni. Indonesia is Sunni, Malaysia is Sunni, even the whole of the Middle East nearly Sunni, only Shia, only in Iran, Iraq, and a little bit in Yemen. So, I mean, nearly all of the Muslim population is Sunni. So if you say like I don't like Sunnis or something,
Yeah, I guess
comes
I
off
should
pretty
probably
weird.
different. I guess my main qualm is usually with the Gulf states. Maybe I should be more geographic with that rather than
Yeah, exactly. I think most of the Muslims would stand behind that statement. Also, if you're like, I mean, nearly everyone in the Muslim world hates the Saudi government and stuff, but not Sunnis. Like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no,
that's
that's
a big
totally
difference.
fair. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll try to be more precise on that in the future when I say that then.
Yeah, and about the Muslim scholar thing, I mean, they can probably explain a lot of things that you might not know about Islam, like the belief system and stuff. Like, I think because I think Islam's the only real monotheist religion right now. Earlier you said like Christianity is also monotheistic, but that's pretty funny to me, honestly.
That Christianity is monotheistic?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because of the Trinity thing and stuff. I mean, Judaism is
that's just
monotheistic. I can agree with that, but Christianity, not so much.
Well, all of them represent the same entity, right? In Christianity?
But I mean, most of the people, especially in America and in the West, Christians worship Jesus more than actually God.
Ooh,
especially Catholics. Like
I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. I think that people maybe focus on Jesus more because as part of the New Testament, Jesus was kind of like God's #1 symbol of how much he loves us as a people. But I don't know if I would necessarily say people worship Jesus more than God so much as like Jesus is like a function of God's love for us, right? What would be what a Catholic would argue?
I mean, I talked to a lot of Christians. I don't know if I would agree with that, but yeah, that's the point. Like, if you would talk to a Muslim scholar, I think a lot of, I mean, even just a conversation, it doesn't have to be like a complete shit show or something. But I think it would also be like a pretty nice for you as well after like all of the shitty debates you had, because like if you like look for some Muslim scholar that's pretty like relaxed and intellectual and stuff, it would be pretty nice, I think, and I think the stream would enjoy it as well.
Yeah, maybe. I guess it would just depend. I feel like we've hammered out a lot of like what Muslims like believe or what their belief system allows for in terms of like, because we have to address issues of like what is Sharia law and is Sharia law going to replace like traditional law and like those kinds of questions. But just like learning about the religion itself, I guess I'm not as interested in. I mean, I'm a pretty hard set atheist, so I don't know like how much I would care.
I mean, okay, that's fine then, but then you shouldn't like put it in the same pot as Christianity, which you know a lot about, and I think you know a lot about Judaism as well.
Well, I don't think I know a lot about Judaism, but I mean the pods I have them in are that the people that believe in them are somewhat delusional. If you believe in like a higher power, which I think is fair to put most or all religious people into.
Yeah, but if you don't know like the perspective of Muslims, especially from like an intellectual Muslim that can defend the points better than I can, or
I don't
the
think
average Muslim can, then I don't think it's fair for you to like clump them into the same pot as every other religion. Like,
do you think that Muslims have like unique arguments that justify the existence of a higher power over any other religious system, or?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, especially the attributes that we ascribe to God and stuff are extremely different from Christianity and even Judaism as well. Like, we don't have this that God is somewhat like coming down on earth like Jesus is, or like that in the Torah and the Old Testament from the Jews that God wrestled with Jacob, I think it was, and lost or something, right? Like all these concepts are completely like foreign to Muslims. God is like completely outside of the physical realm. He's like no part of it whatsoever. Like he's outside of our universe, you can say.
Then how would you even know he exists?
Because he sends messengers down to us.
Well, then he's not completely outside. He interacts with the physical universe in some way, right?
No, he's not coming. Like his message is coming now, but he's not himself. Like he's not physically or like in on Earth or on the universe or whatever. He's outside of all materialistic things.
Maybe this would be a good scholar thing, because I think we disagree on definitions. Because if he's outside of all materialistic thing, there's no way that he could send a message to this universe through another person, because that would be a form of interacting with the material of this universe, right?
Well, he has angels that. Well, he has angels like Gabriel, which is also.
So that sounds like a supernatural thing that would exist in this universe, then, right?
Yeah, angels do, I think, yeah, but God himself is.
Well, I don't know if that's much better than like a God existing in this universe. No.
It's different, I think. Yeah, but like I said, I think a scholar would there are a lot of. I can recommend you some if you want. I don't know if they would be available because they're pretty big, but like some smaller ones, I'm pretty sure they would have a lot of. Like they would be willing to talk to you.
Sure,
which would be pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah,
like as a podcaster.
If there is, and have them just shoot me an email and connect it up or whatever, and I'll do it if they really want to. Sure.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's super easy to organize stuff here, boys.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Steven.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
All right, the next question comes from Zodiac. I want to pull him in.
Okay, cool.
Zodiac, you are alive, my duder.
Jesus, that's sorry.
Yeah, sorry, that was a bit abrupt, huh?
Oh, hi. How do you engage with like really ultra nationalists?
With a gun.
With a gun? Yeah, well, because I've talked to them and they've been like completely like really hard to like get through like their thick skin. How would you go about doing it?
These people are usually prideful, so I usually go with the really condescending attacks. If you really need like some country or something that you're not involved in to get like value out of it, maybe you need to have some accomplishments on your own. I don't know. I just get really mean with these types of people. I would have to like really sit down and think about, because like I said, and I've said this in the past and nobody believes me when I say it, but like my goal is not usually to convince people that are completely against, or I'm not trying to convince people that are like of totally different mindsets that I'm right. I'm usually just after like the most rational, logical arguments. I would have to think a long time about how to sway somebody that's like ultra nationalistic. I don't know how to communicate with people like that. I would have to think about it. I don't have like a prepared answer for you. I'm really sorry.
It's alright, don't worry.
Yeah,
because I've done it with because I've done it with Brexiteers, and they're like really like hard to even sway at any point.
Like I'm a very big ooh, I don't know if this would be like. Do you think that? Oh God, where's my political theory, dudes? Do you think that liberalism is incompatible with extreme nationalism? Does anybody know? Is there like a
No, it's not.
What?
It's not? Okay.
It's not, no.
Wait, are you like a poli-sci guy, or is that just like your opinion?
Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, that is my opinion. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Is there like a political science? Is extreme nationalism compatible with liberalism, or would extreme nationalism be different than that? Never mind. I need to find an educated guy to talk about this one because I don't give a fuck about Chad's opinions. Because like the conundrum that I would be at, or I'm sorry, I'm not calling you like uneducated or whatever. Like
that's my joke. Don't worry.
Yeah. So like the problem is that like in my mind, liberalism is generally the championing of individual rights, of free markets, of like the individual liberties and everything. Whereas nationalism, I think, generally seeks to look at things in a more collective sense. That like a nationalist, I could see supporting something like fascism or totalitarian fascism for the sake of the nation, but a liberal would never support something like fascism because it would be contrary to the rights of the individual. When I say liberal, I'm talking classical liberal. But so I'm wondering if can you be extremely nationalistic and also be very much a classical liberal? I don't know if that I don't know if those are contradictory or not. I'm curious on that, but the only reason I asked that is because like when I tend to think of like rights, or when I think of myself, I'm usually thinking like people first, and country takes a very, 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 very far backseat to anything I'm thinking in terms of like what's moral, what's right or wrong, what's best for different types of people. The idea that like I would think differently of somebody because they're from a different nation, or that I would put like my nation above another nation rather than like my family or my personal happiness or the people around me, like it is all like very, very bizarre to me. I have no allegiance whatsoever to country. So nationalistic people are speaking, they're on like a whole different universe than I am, so it's really hard. I've got to jump through a lot of hoops to communicate with a person like that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, doesn't liberalism predicate the fact that within the marketplace of ideas or whatever, right? Like that those ideas might have some political affectation.
Yeah.
Like the only way that would work in ultranationalism is if it was literally like grassroots, right?
Yeah.
There's no political organization of all those people, but they just all believe it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's interesting to see what Milton Friedman says about it. He doesn't really seem to mind the idea of like fascism, because he knows like a freedom of speech will prevail, which is an interesting concept. But
yeah, sure.
I suppose it has.
People are disinformed as fuck.
Yeah, the ones I was talking to, oh my god, they're like total blood state. Just, it was really interesting. I sent you an email about it, but yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Zodiac.
Are you not proud of the fact that you're American at all, or happy that you were born here rather than somewhere else? To the latter, yeah, of course I'm happy that I'm born here. It's a great place to be born. Any place in the Western world, probably particularly America. Hold on one sec. But are you not proud of the fact you're American? No, I'm not proud of being an American. That's fucking retarded. Why would I be proud of something that I'm just like lucky to be born into? I think it's really, really stupid to take. And I understand this is really unpopular. This is why I'm a big anti-culture dude. I think it's really, really dumb to be like proud of your heritage, or proud of your ancestry, or proud of your culture, or proud of your country. Because like, if I don't know, I don't take pride in things that I don't directly participate in. It just seems like yeah, I don't know. I just don't care as much to.
What about my founding fathers, dude?
I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, Daffy.
Hey, I have a question relating to YouTube and its like site layout, but real quick, I just want to mention we met at TwitchCon 2017 in front of the entrance on the ground with red-tipped hair. Do you remember me at all, by chance?
Are you
Probably
the
not.
guy that
Oh, here
was
we go.
like stalking Soda Poppin'?
Well,
Yep,
that's-
I know who you are. Yep, okay, yep,
yeah.
I know who you are. Go ahead.
Well, I'm on YouTube. I stream on YouTube. I'm obviously banned on Twitch. I can never talk to you on Twitch. So
Okay.
now I can. It's great. But anyway, I learned something about your son, Nathan.
Uh-huh.
And I was really fascinated in this sort of sense. Not really fascinated, but just interested. Because I was diagnosed with ADHD after I failed at college. And I learned that you had your son to prescribe Vyvanse. So it was very like, I was glad to hear that because it helped me a lot. And I was just curious, first off, if you want to comment on it, if that's helped your son a lot, or is it just a little, or is it?
We actually had to switch him off that, and we're gonna try something new soon because Vyvanse was giving him like pretty extreme emotional swings. So, yeah, we're switching to something else. I don't know how comfortable I am talking about my son's medical history on stream. That might be like a violation.
Yeah,
of
we're
his...
done with that.
But oh shit, sorry. You just kicked
That
him
was
out.
not the fucking question.
Oh wait, what did he write as the question?
What was it? Hold up. Yeah, alright, dude. Nice fucking meme. XD.
Wait, what was the original question?
What do you think YouTube needs to do, if anything, to match the design and layout of its competitors? Which actually, like, I really liked as a question. I would have loved to talk about that, but he memed. So, you're dead now, bud. I mean, you want to bring him back on, or I don't know. I don't care. Well,
No,
chat,
that's
what do
good.
you want me to
Fuck it.
do? I can't
No.
stop him from saying stuff. He's already a sub. That was a whole meme.
All right, keep going.
All right.
Next question.
Wait, I actually want to. Could you talk about that question? That's a really good question.
What is?
So, what do you think YouTube needs to do, if anything, to match the design and layout of its competitors? Copy them directly? Does it need its own dedicated site that isn't gaming.youtube? There's a lot of follow-ups, which are good memes. If you want to talk about a truly filterable directory, do you think is already something in the pipes, or does Google not care about the future of streaming? I assume he's talking vis-a-vis Twitch.
Yeah, I hate to answer this question because I'm just like, the thing is that I just don't watch streams, so I don't know like what would make it a better experience for looking at streams. If I go to youtube.com/gaming, so I want to look at games. Say I want to watch Fortnite or something. Am I able to do that easily? Control F, Fortnite. Ooh, I don't know. It seems like there's a hard... Oh, wait. Collection? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Being able to sort by games might be better. Because that seems to not be very intuitive. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, hold up. We're in the process of an execution, boys.
What? What does that mean?
No, that dude's getting banned.
Who's getting banned?
The dude, Def.
That you're banning him?
That was the meme. If you fucking meme, you get banned.
Holy shit!
You can unban him.
Oh
I mean, what do you
my
want?
god! Yeah, just
I'm
do your thing.
executing
If
your
they
orders.
knew that, execute Order 66. That's what it is, right? If that's what the. Okay.
All right. How about a commie question from definitely not a communist?
Oh, I like that
Destiny.
guy's donated enough money that he can ask whatever the fuck he wants.
I like
Okay.
that guy. He's a cool,
All right.
He's a cool
Go for it.
How do you feel about progressive fines? Fines such as a parking ticket
Oh,
disproportionately screw over poor people.
1,000,000% in favor of this. 1,000,000,000%. Fines
haven't
should
heard this.
absolutely be progressive.
So you get dinged like $1 or $2, and then it just goes up if you keep the same meme going
No,
up?
no, no. I'm
It's
pretty sure he's talking about progressive scaled on your income.
Fines such as a parking ticket disproportionately screw over poor people. A fine of $200 is nothing for someone's money. Oh, dude, that sounds like some ultimate cuckoldry. I
Good.
can't have that, dude.
When I was
They're gonna take all
poor
my money.
and I would drive, if I get a speeding ticket, that shit would fuck my finances up for literally months. I would be fucked. And like, you have to pay the ticket because if you don't, there's a bench warrant for it. You have to pay the ticket. So you have to pick another bill that you're going to be late on. And it's just like, when you get if you get like a speeding ticket or some shit and you're
How do
poor,
I make
you're like
YouTube
super
notify
super
when
super
you are
fucked. And it's
live?
like
I
the
only
worst
get
thing in the world to
notified
deal
for
with.
your
But now that
VODs.
I'm like really wealthy, like I could go speed all day and break the law, whatever the fuck I want. I could even fucking get a DUI. Like I could drop a grand on a lawyer and get that shit taken care of. I don't give a fuck. Like punishments right now mean nothing for me as somebody that has a lot of money. Whereas when I was poor, like getting a ticket can fuck your finances for so long. It can just set everything on a really horrible path for you. That's super fucked in my opinion. I can't believe that the punishment system works that way. That's so incredibly fucking stupid right now.
Oh, dude, you know what's a good meme? Even worse than that. Like I ran a red light or something,
Mhm.
and I had to go to court. And I mean, I run my little factory, so I can take the morning off or whatever. But if it was like one of my guys, or if they worked at McDonald's or something, like, you know how shift work is, they'd be like, dude, fuck you. Like, this is your, you know, this is like a black mark against you, right? You might get fired for this kind of crap.
Sure.
And it was like 4 hours. You just got to sit there in court and wait. Like, that's a lot of money for somebody that doesn't make a lot of money.
Yeah. It's bad. I got my car towed in San Francisco for half a day, $500. It goes up every day. You can't get it out. Oh, that was the worst. That happened to me. My shitty little 95 Dodge Neon. Something crapped out on it. I think the alternator went out and I couldn't charge my battery anymore. So the car, I couldn't start it anymore, and it died as I was driving it. And I parked it on the side of the road. I didn't even put a little sign on it. But it ended up getting towed like that fucking night. Like within 6 hours of me leaving that car, I came back for it the next morning. It got towed. And when it's in the impound lot, there's a daily fucking charge, and it's like, it was an absurd amount of money. It was like $100 or $90 a day or some shit for being in the impound lot, and this is like an unfathomable amount of money for me. It's already going to be like $200 to get it out of the impound lot, and now I'm like scrambling to get the money to get this out, because if it stays there for another day, like I'm fucked. Like I don't have a car, I already can't get to work, okay? I already don't have the money to get it out of the impound lot. I'm not working today because I'm trying to get the money. Like, holy shit. Like, when you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're on the fucking edge, anything regarding like legal or fines or punishment is so disproportionately fucked for you. Holy shit, it is such a fucking terror. But the idea that like that could happen to me today, like multiple times, and I could literally give no fucks at all about it, because oh yeah, and then you got to get the car fixed. Oh, that's another thing, because then I got to take it to the fucking shop and try to figure out what the fuck is wrong with it. If it's an alternator, that's going to be what, $300 to get an alternator replaced and the new part and everything. Like, oh god, probably need a new battery too. Like, fuck. Yeah, holy shit. When you're
That was
poor,
one of the original,
or go
one of
ahead.
the original complaints of the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank.
One of the
All right.
original complaints to fines.
Oh no! All of the shit that went down in St. Louis and Missouri, in Ferguson, was that like the police would just ding. They'd run around like the poor neighborhoods and just be like, "Oh, looks like your taillight's still out, dog. Like that's gonna be another fine. Guess I'm gonna make my quota, right? Oh, you're still missing that side mirror, huh?
Oh, nice.
Better get that shit fixed with the money you don't have. All right.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry.
pull
Somebody's saying
Darius
just
into the next
jumpstart it. If your alternator is dead, every electrical system in your car will fail. Because I believe, oh fuck, I might be talking shit here, but I'm pretty sure that the alternator is responsible for keeping your stuff charged while the car is running. Not charged, but functional.
Yeah.
So if your alternator is dead, your systems will draw on the battery until the battery dies, and then everything in the car will stop working.
Well, that's if your shit's on while your batteries, like the alternator, basically it just spins. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little-
It takes
it's a dynamo, and it charges your battery back up while the engine's
Yeah.
on.
And then while the car is running, the alternator is
While the
powering the
car is
car. Yeah. Oh
I
boy.
think the next question's Darius. Let me check. Hold up. Hey Darius, you're in here, buddy. You ready to meme, dude?
Uh-oh.
Darius, you
What
wet,
up?
bud? Hey,
Hold
dude,
on.
you're in here, man.
He's
You're
got to
in
turn
here.
off the stream. Hold on.
volume. Alright. Talk.
Oh, by the way, this is why I wanted like one giant room that was all muted, because people don't have to do this every time you pull them in.
Oh yeah.
It's just
I was going back between turning on the Discord and turning off the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Did you get the question? Sorry, I missed it for like 2
so
seconds.
the question is, why not hire more people, right?
Yeah. So there's a few questions, and this is the one I guess a couple people decided to go with. But first, since Def Not a Commie could ask anything he wants, does that mean I can too? Do I have
Sure,
that
go
same
for it,
privilege?
dude. Knock yourself out, dude.
No, I just want to know his privilege. I'm not gonna meme. All right.
Okay.
But it was, why not hire more people for like influencers, for sponsors, someone to screen for and set up debates and podcasts, something like you're doing now. someone to represent you on Twitter, debates.
Represent me on Twitter? Well, like half these
represented for companies, just view yourself as a good company that need a representative. Just a way to reach out to people up until you have something else taken care of. You can't be like, well, hey, I have no Twitter. Be like, well, here, follow me. I do it on Twitter. It's a way to get in contact with you vicariously. So it's a method until you have something better.
Ready for the big narcissism meme?
Yeah.
If I were to ever get a moderator for any of my debates, people are always going to accuse me of being unfair because any moderator that I get in a debate is going to side with me 99% of the time because most of the people that I debate are fucking stupid. That's the painful truth of it. It would be very, very, very hard for me to find a moderator that that would appear to be impartial because I feel like I am incredibly fair during most of my debates, and I feel like people that I argue with.
But you have no value in like the ethos or the other parts of an argument. So there's ways you can kind of get someone to agree to things on a preliminary level before you actually get to the debating. For example, when it comes to a moderator, there's websites you can go to where.
To find like an impartial.
Yeah, you shop for one.
Well, but the thing is that I would have to vet the person too because I would have to know that this person isn't a fucking idiot, right? Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where we could hire someone to screen people.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's not unlike what you're doing now, where you get a little bit of screening beforehand. You have some control.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is you actually have a legitimate moderator, and if you want to actually take it to a next level. The amazing atheist TJ, right? He's been on mainstream media and talking to people before. So if you're not in an unlikely position where you shouldn't hold yourself to the standard where you can, bring your debates to a more intellectual or more renowned level. I mean, even just the views itself, I'm sure you're into that.
Was there a question there? Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, is that something?
Oh,
maybe.
Maybe for future debates, maybe I'll consider trying to find a moderator. Sure.
All right, cool.
Just if you're talking about political content, I guess it's just there's ways to kind of get up there. I'm just kind of wondering. There's these things where I feel like you should have thought of by now. So
yeah, maybe sure.
Backseating as fuck, dude. Hey, would you like to help me run your business, dude? Hey, by the way.
Whoa, damn. Hey, whoa, don't be mean.
Dude, if you run a business IRL, you get lots of those motherfuckers. It's really frustrating. All right, the bread pill asks, another commie memer, another question. I'm a self-taught musician that's been doing it for over a decade, and I'm not totally shit at it. But I really don't know any music theory at all. Is taking music theory classes as a super fucking broke person worth the potential improvements to my skill? Also, will you record yourself playing sax and let me sample it?
Fuck no. Also, I mean, you can buy a book on music theory, right? If you.
Do you think taking music theory classes?
Buy a book. Why would you need to take class? If you already know a lot about music or you play a lot, I think you could figure out a lot with a book and then take a look at some videos online. I don't know if you necessarily need to take classes on it, right?
Yeah, maybe not. Love you, buddy, even though you hate your leftist fans. P.S. Don't call me a commie again. You shitter tankies fail my ideological purity test. All right, go fuck yourself. All right, Sutures asks, can you ask him what his opinion on MDP is? He went off on me in the past about it. I never really got his full opinion on it. Thanks, buddy. Well, I don't know what MDP is, so. Nope.
MDP. M as in mother, D as in dick, and P as in penis?
I don't know.
Wait, no, I'm asking what it was spelled. Is that what it was spelled? MDP?
Yes. M as in mother, D as in dick, P as in penis.
I have no idea what that is. I have no clue.
All right. Rioltse asks, what would you recommend everyone to incorporate in their habits related to life in general?
I don't ask me these questions. I'm not a well-disciplined person. Get disciplined. That's what you need, guys. Okay, there you go.
Clean your room, dude.
Yeah, clean your room.
All right. Board Pants asks, Destiny, have you checked out Elite Dangerous? It's like Star Citizen, but actually finished.
I don't think it's like Star Citizen, but no, I haven't checked it out. I've never even heard of this before.
All right. Natoko asks, do you think that recent events are caused by your past and current political convictions? And do you think there is a bias towards you now that you have challenged the alt-right and the neo-Nazis?
Do you
Also,
think
my
you're
offer
wait,
for the
wait,
list
don't
is-
I don't need like 20, like I can't answer like 30
Oh,
questions
I'm
at once.
sorry.
Okay, wait.
I
What
might
was
be
the first part of that
skeleton.
question?
And so Nitoko is from Romania, I think, so it's kind of weirdly worded. Do you think that recent events are caused by your past and current political convictions? And do you think
Oh,
there's a bias
wait. So for
towards
the
you
first
now that
thing,
you've challenged
for the
alt-right
first
and
part,
neo-Nazis?
for the first part, I already answered this. It's hard to say if like. So I think he's trying to ask like, are people spam reporting me because of like political shit in the past? That's possible, maybe, but it's impossible for me to like truly know the answer to that question. I don't know. It's really hard. And then what was the second part of the question?
Second part is now that you've challenged the alt-right and the neo-Nazis, and then the second part is he wants you to come to Italy and hang out with him.
No.
Okay. I mean, okay. So all right. All right. John 10 asks, could you ask Destiny if he would debate vegan gains on gun control, Islam, and white privilege, because his views on these topics are very right-leaning.
If he really wanted to, sure.
All right, sounds like something that John 10 should message him.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Set it up and we'll do it, I guess.
All right, we got a voice question from Flowers up next. Flowers, you're in here, but you're deaf muted. Oh, there you are. Hello, Flowers? You there?
Sorry.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, did you ask the question already?
No, you can ask the question.
Oh, I was wondering. Let me pull the question. I actually.
Oh no! Oh boy.
So I was wondering if you wanted to elaborate on making your streaming site for other content creators, such as like adding, like Lily Pichu or something, to a way you can select them on your site and possibly monetize them or work with them as like a partnership on your d.dg website.
I stream so much that I don't know if that's even something that would be like very realistic. Because like especially if I'm streaming like because I stream like 60 hours a week or something, don't I? So they wouldn't even be on there that much. I don't know if it would be worth it to go through. And then also like when I'm not streaming, chances are they're not streaming either, because I'm not streaming during like the super midnight like 6 a.m. hours. Like I'm just not sure if it would be worth it to set something like that up. I've thought about it in the past though. Maybe if I feel like a good Korean or Australian streamer that's like it streams at radically different hours than me, maybe. But yeah.
Okay, and then I was also wondering on the Ice Poseidon memes, do you think you'll ever collaborate with him more if he on YouTube, like possibly because you said you wanted to diverge your content from like half and half? Would you want to move with Ice Poseidon, not move in, but like maybe work with him on content?
I don't mind like hanging out with him for a little bit and talking to him for a little bit, but like the type of content that he does is not stuff that I really enjoy being involved with too much. Like the reality TV show stuff is not that enjoyable to me, so
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, the next question is going to be from Abdu212 if he's in chat. Abdu is deaf muted in general, but I'll pull him in. Abdu, are you hearing us, my dude? Abdu, you asleep, buddy? Alright, I'll ask his question if he comes around. What are some changes that you feel... Oh, there you are,
I'm back.
buddy.
I actually have a different question. I was kind of thinking about it. Also, excuse me if it gets a bit loud. I'm kind of outside.
Do you think you're savage enough to face the land of the dead?
Alright, can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can hear you, bud.
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, so I was thinking, because of how hard it is to get into streaming and to gain viewership and just kind of like breaking into, not even just Twitch, or like YouTube in general, I feel like if there's people in your community who you find to have like, I guess, talent streaming, or just people in general, would it be like a good idea to try to figure out a way to give them exposure so that if they do end up growing into a good streamer, they have potential, you would have like, I guess, connections and outreach so that you'd be able to have more, I guess, sway in the streaming atmosphere.
Wait, so you're asking me if I could like foster growth of new streamers so that if they become big, I would be like positioned to take advantage of their bigness?
Well, not necessarily that, but I feel like more of just, I guess, fostering new streamers seems like a overall net gain for you and just the community in general, because they would gain viewers who would go back to you. I guess similar to how rappers sponsor smaller rappers, eventually they blow up. For example, like Dre and Eminem, like a lot of times, talent finding other talent and making it grow ends up helping all the talent involved.
Are you about to plug your stream, dude?
No.
I mean, it just sounds like a lot of work, but maybe in the future. I guess like most of that rapper shit, doesn't that come from people that like collab? Don't they start like collaborating and shit, and then it kind of grows from there? Like Eminem helped Dre with a few songs or whatever. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like that shit. So maybe like, yeah, maybe if I find like my Eminem or whatever, maybe I don't know. This just sounds like a lot of work. It's something that I've never really like thought of before. But also, I'm kind of like a loner in the way that I kind of go about things. Oh shit, that dude left. I'm kind of like a loner in the way that I go about things. So I don't know if it makes as much sense for me to like find people like that, because I always play like single player games and shit, or rather games that I kind of just grind on my own, I should say. Yeah.
You already created your own Eminem, dude. We got Mr. Mooten.
Nice memes.
All right. Iamago asks, considering how these new branches of right-wing populism have merged and gained more and more power all over the West in the last years, do you guys think there's a way the left can reorganize to stand its ground other than conceding into useless centrism?
How can the left
meme as well as the right?
Meme as well as the right? I don't even know, dude. These are meme questions. Why am I getting meme questions?
Sounds like we're already doing that, right? Or with the
yeah, I mean, they're getting there, I guess. Like, the problem is that, like, the right has so much stuff that's, like, not off limits, whereas the left has so much stuff that is totally off limits. So, like, it's harder to meme, I guess, right?
All right, next we're going to be pulling micropenis.
Oh, that dude, yeah.
Micropanie. Are you here, buddy? Micropenis, are you awake?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Yep, I'm here.
All right, dude. Go ahead.
Hey, so Yep.
Given your
sorry,
current
let me
issues with Twitch?
So given your current issues with Twitch, do you worry that the business model of content and personality that you have that's worked so well is like sustainable? And despite your rational behavior and content, it seems you're pretty often considered to be skirting the line of what's allowed, and a more drastic change is needed for long-term success. And that, say, a switch from like Twitch to YouTube is just a band-aid. You see this especially because given YouTube's history of like demonetizing controversial topics, that if YouTube Live, continues to become successful, you would probably fall into the category of.
I don't know. You just kind of got to keep changing up your shit and moving forward. I mean, I'll be having a meeting with my partner, dude, to make sure that I understand everything going forward. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, you either adapt or die. So I'd have to try to figure out like what's acceptable going forward and then modify my behavior accordingly.
So basically, you're more along the lines of, staying within like the confines of the different platforms as opposed to a more drastic change where you would be able to do something more independent.
I mean, drastic change implies a lot of risk. If you're talking about like starting my own streaming platform, that would be involving a lot of risk. So yeah, I don't think I would want to do that, as opposed to just trying to work within the currently existing paradigm.
Okay, cool.
All right. Keza asks, question for the boy. People who conflate the progress of others with their own decline may have a point, and that one might say the social status is inherently a zero-sum game. No? All right, let's try and unpackage that fucking question.
Wait, can you read that again?
One might say that social status is inherently a zero-sum game.
Okay.
People who conflate the progress of others with their own decline may have a point. No?
I need context for this. Is it in regards to streaming? Because for streaming, you've seen things like Fortnite has gotten massively popular, but it hasn't been at the expense of other things. Fortnite is just bringing in new viewership. So,
it sounds like what he's saying is that.
What he's saying is somebody gets popular, it's because someone else is losing popularity.
Someone else is losing popularity.
Yeah, which isn't true for streaming because the whole industry is growing. So.
Okay. Social status as well. So he's like implying like if somebody's growing in social popularity, that's because someone else is declining.
Yeah, it's the implication, yeah.
Yeah. Kyler, really memey question. but would you be interested in structured rap battles on stream with you and Bongers as moderators?
No, I'm good.
The duration of your 30-day ban. I think it would be hella lit.
No, I'm good on that.
Yeah. Okie dokie. The next question is from Digion Dapper Sneck. Let's get him in here. Hey, buddy.
Who are they facing?
Hey, dude, you're live.
Now there's no Germany or US. I've sort of lost a lot of interest in the World Cup.
Digion, you're live, dude. I pulled you in.
Oh, I'm live?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Oh.
You want to ask a question?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I didn't realize somebody pulled me in. Yeah, so I've got a lot of friends in like academia, working either as professors or as like studying to be PhDs. Would you ever be interested in reaching out to that kind of group to see if you can have discussions with them?
Jesus fuck, Aslan. Yeah, I mean, if they want to, yeah, if there's like a relevant topic, it all just depends on whether or not there's like a relevant topic that I'm discussing on stream. But if there is, then yeah, for sure.
Okay. If I were to be able to get some people that were interested in talking to you, do you think should I just reach out to you via email?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, bud. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks, man.
All right. That dude is a high quality poster.
Fucking Aslan wants to go outside. Holy shit, he's meowing so much. Aslan,
You wanna take a
chill.
break? We've only got a couple more questions on the list. And then
Yeah, just go for it. I'm not letting that
couple
fucker
main
outside.
ones.
Fuck him, dude.
All right, Spells. Ask if he has, if he's put any more thought into his stance on doxing people who DDoS him since 6 months or so. Not bringing in an argument, just wondering if he has thought about it anymore.
Oh,
Since it
what?
seems
No,
like
I don't
really
give a
emotional
fuck. Yeah, dox those motherfuckers. I don't care. What? If you do shit to fuck with me, I don't give a fuck about what happens to you. Is my stance on all of that shit.
Do you want to talk about your shit posting on Kiwi Farms?
What about it?
I don't know. Are people even aware? Oh my god. Destiny went in and shit posted in that thread for like a week and then they fucking banned him. Oh my
Dude,
god.
people like Kiwi Farms got so ass pained. First of all, these are the easiest people in the fucking world to bait. And the baits were so easy and people were getting so ass pained that not only did they have to ban me, other people, another guy like started to make a thread that got like 3 pages of
Shut
posts.
the thread down.
Yeah, I think they shut that other thread. No, they didn't shut mine down, but they shut that other thread down. Another guy like made a thread and he was like, we need to talk about how we engage with lol cows when they come and talk to us because this last thread was a fucking disaster. Like, oh shit, dude. People got so fucking ass pain. That shit was funny as fuck.
Just Google, for people asking for the link in chat, just Google like Destiny Kiwi Farms.
No, I
It's
don't
a
fucking that
it's a
shit. That place is
shithole.
that's
That
like
place is
the.
awful.
If you want to know what like the darkest parts of my life, like the people that I have to deal with, that thread is pretty fucking disgusting.
Because I monitored all that shit during the meme times, and like all of a sudden it blew up out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit, what happened? And like you were on there, and I was like, no, he wouldn't do that, dude. There's no way.
I couldn't resist, dude.
Oh,
that shit was
God.
so fucking funny. Oh my god, dude. People got so fucking ass blasted. That shit was fucking hilarious.
All right, Dust asks, why does Destiny think I am a contrarian, merely for disagreeing and criticizing his league gameplay? Dude, I don't know.
Oh,
Not
is that a
only
Dusty
it
meme? I don't
insulting-
care. Never mind. No, go on. I don't care.
Is Dust? I don't know who Dusty is.
Yeah,
Is that a
just
shit
keep.
poster?
No, he's not a shit about it, but just keep going.
All right, we got a couple meme open-ended ones. Goma asks Destiny what his favorite movie is and why he thinks it's a good movie.
I really like Pan's Labyrinth. I don't know why. It was a movie that balanced like being simple and ambitious. Like it wasn't the simplest movie, but it was relatively ambitious. But it was very tightly wound. I feel like the messaging and everything is like super on point. Like in terms of like thematically, it remained consistent the entire time. There were no unnecessary garbage scenes in it. Like everything that was there needed to be there. I don't know. I really like Pan's Labyrinth. That's like my favorite, in my opinion, my most like well put together movie of all time that I've ever seen. It gets points for actually like broadcasting in Spanish. They didn't like dub it. He actually like Del Toro like kept the movie Spanish, and you have to watch it in subtitles and shit. Like I don't know, yeah, I really like that movie.
Oh, how do you feel about like little scenes that are done in a foreign language, but because it doesn't convey like any plot, they just leave it undubbed, so you just have to like watch what people are doing.
Oh,
like, it doesn't matter what they're saying. That's
I
like, a
guess
really
it would.
good game.
I don't like it that much because it makes me wonder what I'm missing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Have you seen what is it, Lost in Translation?
No, I have not.
With, oh fuck, dude, you would enjoy that. Whatever.
One thing that I think I'm surprised there's not like a Nerd Writer episode on this or some shit. One thing that I think is interesting is how people. This is a conversation that would be interesting. Subtitles are done in a very piss poor way 90% of the time. Like the idea that you show the entire sentence before it's even spoken. I'm actually really big about this. You should not watch a movie in English with subtitles on ever. If you do, you shouldn't even be like watching the movie. Just like put it on the background because you're missing so much of it. If you watch a movie and your eyes are glued to the subtitles the whole time, you're not even watching the movie. Like that blows my mind that people
lose the scenes.
You
and
lose
stuff. It's
so
bad.
much. It blows my mind that people will unironically do this. And I see this when people stream movies in my community where people are like, oh, turn on the subtitles, turn on. It's like, why are you watching it? We just go read a plot synopsis. You're missing the entire movie. Like films are a visual medium. You can't expect, like if you're watching a film and your eyes are glued to the subs the whole time, you're missing half the fucking film, if not more. It blows my mind that people think that that's like a good way to watch movies.
If you've ever watched a movie with like people that are hard of hearing, it's like so
Yeah, that's
painful.
a total. Yeah, and that's a different thing. Please don't be fucking. Well, I'm deaf, Destiny. Like, then obviously, if you're deaf, then you have to do something different. But
Oh, dude, have you ever when you were in Poland, did you ever catch any of the TV? Because like when I was growing up in Poland, like every movie is like dubbed over. Have you
Mhm.
seen it with like Lektor? It's like just a dude that reads the script.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't change any of his voice at all. He just like reads over everything, and like the volume's turned down really low on the movie. It's like the most cancerous like commie shit in the world.
Damn.
All right. Liam asks, could you ask Steven if he's going to do a music stream on YouTube? He can't stream games. Seems like a music stream would do him good. And we love music streams.
Maybe. That's all I got. I might do it. Don't hold your breath though. But maybe we will.
Brittany Venti Vision. Fuck you. Subtitles are
Definitely
the
not
best.
A communist. One follow-up. Ask Destiny, is his post-ironic use of the term gulag a sign of his radicalization, Pepe?
I honestly, dude, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't even know what a gulag is. Can you tell me? What are the gulags?
The gulag is when you send somebody to like Siberia so they can go to the work camp or get their brains blown out and buried in a ditch somewhere.
Oh,
I mean, it's like joking about the Holocaust basically, but it's
Oh,
memes
holy
'cause
shit.
Communism is, yeah, because communism's just a meme, right?
That's fucking
Like,
dark
it's
as fuck,
basically
dude. I thought the gulags was like you'd send them to like the execution chamber, like the gulags or some shit.
No, the gulag means like the far. It's like the area of the country in Russia where they send like political dissidents and shit.
Damn, the area.
Don't
you mean to the
fucking
east
base
where
what made me, you cocks.
where nobody lives?
But people don't live there because it sucks over there, dude.
Well,
It's the
people don't
best
live.
place in
Well,
the
yeah,
world.
and it's also like cold as fuck and barren as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very cold. And it looks like one more follow-up question from Ryan. What in general do you like and dislike about D&D? It seems like you dislike the role-playing aspects. Were you more in it for the video game dungeon aspects?
No,
Did
I
you
think
ever
I would
get
like the
together?
role playing aspects, but when we played, it was like a hardcore campaign, so there was no like role playing really. I think the biggest thing was just everybody not being on the same page when they were there. Like some people were there to have fun, some people were there to like hardcore win. Like that was probably a little frustrating, I think. But for the most part, I had a lot of fun.
All right, so if you want to take questions from chat and stuff, people are still PMing me. Oh, here's a really good little one. What was your favorite StarCraft match that you played? I think that's the one where you beat back to back.
Probably Bomber, yeah. Probably that match.
Bomber.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, dude. So it seems like we're all. I hope you guys had fun doing this meme. If you want to take questions from the Twitch chat or whatever, the DGG chat, Twitch chat, XD. Yeah, I don't know. Stanley is taking questions from chat. Ask Destiny how much he'll stream with Mr. Mooten in Ohio.
Hopefully quite a bit. That should be fun. I think I go in 4 days. My PK podcast is in like 3 days, and then I should be in Ohio on the 5th, and I think I come back on the 9th. Although not that the exact dates matter since I can't stream here, so hopefully the mobile Streamlabs shit should like work with YouTube, I think.
Okay. And hopefully by that point, we'll be ready to do another AMA, dude, next month, right?
Maybe, yeah. Do you keep your eyes locked to the subs? I used to do this, but then I realized you can read the subtitles and then look at the visuals, taking 0.5 seconds max off visual viewing time. So again, like film is a visual medium. You shouldn't be looking at that's just it. You shouldn't be reading subtitles while you're watching a film. If you need to do it because like if you're watching something that's subbed because you don't speak the language, then that's fine, sure. But I don't really care. You're only fucking yourself. Like it's your own decision. So yeah, I mean like films are meant. If you watch a film and you watch it with subs all the time and you're just used to reading it all the time, hold on one second. If if you're saying like really retarded
Does
things,
Twitch even realize they're not really
or sorry,
punishing
dumb
you,
things,
but rather all the people
like what
that
about
have
anime?
subs,
If you
because
literally
basically
can't
paid subs
understand the
wouldn't
language,
even be
then for sure,
able
like
to
use
see
subs.
you for a
Obviously,
month, if
don't be a
not for
fucking
YouTube.
moron. But like, if you're watching, like, most people watch like American movies and shit that speak English will still watch it with subtitles. Like, you're depriving yourself of like of an experience. Like, try watching it sometime like without actually without having the subs on, and maybe you'll have a different experience watching it. I don't know.
Hey, so real quick, so since AMA is kind of over right now, everybody give your love to Bongers. I'm just hanging around and memeing in here. Bongers did all the actual work by vetting most of the questions, and he's been holding down the fort in the Discord. So everybody give him like a clapper or whatever.
Wow, good job, Bongers.
Like doing. Bongers is fucking great. He's like the best memer. And the other memers are good too. Okay, Hodry's great, and Deeps is great, and all those regulators are the best. Okay?
What about subtitles for video games? For video games, I don't think it matters as much because I mean, in a video game, you're not really communicating as much visually through the actors as you would in a movie because it's their fucking animated models. So I don't care as much for video games, but for movies, like especially like big AAA movies, like you just shouldn't be watching with subtitles. Like you're but it's your own life, dude. If you want to miss out on it, it's
Darius
whatever.
is good too. Darius, goddamn man.
How do you feel about your
All right.
community getting Mo TV banned? I don't think my community did it. I'm pretty sure that was like everybody on livestream fails, probably spam reported once it got posted. But I mean, I don't want it to happen. I don't want anybody to get banned. That was never my goal. That's why originally I was upset well, not upset, but I was like kind of sad that clip got posted because I knew that inevitably somebody was going to get fucked for it.
Do you watch your live stream fail stuff like all the time?
I watch livestream fails all the time. Yeah, of course. A lot of stuff gets posted about me there.
All right, Duder. Well, I'll hit you up with an email. Maybe next month we can plan another one or something like that. It was really fun.
Yeah, sure thing, dude. Have fun. Be careful.
Glad you
okay?
did it, dude. Free content, homie. XD.